Volume's coming.
Hi, children, and welcome back to the Loki and Jabroni Show, the land of wonder, mystique, and make believe. We're so glad to have you here today. We're going to learn so many new things, go on exciting new adventures. So sit back, plug in, and man up. It's time for Mr. Music to play our song.
God, I love that laugh at the end.
Isn't
And
that
welcome
great?
everybody once again to the Loki and Jabroni Show. It is so awesome to have everybody here.
It is awesome
I
to
am
be here
Loki, aka Portugal Viking, if you follow me on Twitter.
on the Twitter.
And to the left side of me,
That would be Jabroni, the Redneck Adonis, at Seaburns19 on the Twitter. Would love some of you guys to come follow me if you would. And to our immediate left, in
He's
the
over there.
box, he is the one, the only.
Eddie Focus.
How is everybody, man?
I'm doing great. And for anybody who's going to be checking us out and going live right now, don't forget, follow us on our YouTube channel. We're live right
Yes.
now. So if you are not already there, you should be there.
I had an idea. If you guys will indulge me.
I got indulgence.
Okay, well,
Let's
indulge away.
indulge away.
Let's plug our shit in the beginning so we don't have to wait till the end and step all over each other to do our plugs.
That's a great idea.
So do you have any Basement Quest things coming up you'd like to plug?
No, I figure what we can do is we'll go with that the whole idea, and so Basement Quest, like I said, we're not going to be hitting too much on that until like I want to say like August or something like that. But the Loki and Jabroni Show, if you guys aren't on the YouTube channel, go there because we're live. You can throw your comments there. You can also throw your comments here. I'm going to be on Periscope for just a little bit longer. I just wanted to throw some shit out there. But the biggest thing is, I just want to pump up the Loki and Jabroni Show.
Yes.
We're on this now. We're doing this shit live. Let's go for it.
And you can now go to our custom URL on YouTube.
Yes.
We do have a custom URL on YouTube finally. Wow. Thank you.
www.
Thank you for that.
YouTube.com
Fantastic.
/ The Loki and Jabroni Show.
The Loki
All
and
spelled
Jabroni
out,
Show.
no ampersand in the middle, none of
Right,
that bullshit.
right.
And if you guys feel so inclined to go to another YouTube page and subscribe to the C&J Speedway Review, we could then have our own URL there too. And tomorrow night's going to be a fantastic night from the Granite State of New Hampshire. Once again, I was in the state, had a great time with the family. And once again, when I skip a New Hampshire race that I have an opportunity to go to, Kevin Harvick wins. I never see one of my guys win live, but we're going to have fun with it tomorrow. The burning question, and Ed can try to throw in an answer. He listens to us while we're doing our bit sometimes. Corey wants to know if it's time for me to stop calling Harvick Mr. Invisible now that he's finished first. I say no.
No.
He had 6 wins by this time last year.
No.
He's
No,
got one now.
I think we've brought it up before, and this is I don't like to really bring up the whole NASCAR commentate coming in through there, but Terry Labonte.
Oh yeah.
Terry Labonte won a cup from never winning a race. Is all I gotta say,
and then he
man.
wins another cup, winning 2 races, and then go to Matt Kenseth, who did it with 1.
So
I think my perfect analogy I posted on Facebook a while ago fits. Okay, technically, Rocky only beat Clubber Lang once. That means they're tied.
Right.
yes.
So Harvick, okay, great. He won. Good for him. He needs to maintain 4-7, in my opinion, to break the streak
Okay.
of losses.
That works.
So he won 8 last year. You're saying he has to win 8 this year.
Well, you said you had how many losses?
This year, all of them except one. So we are 7 away from the cutoff. That means the cutoff is 26. We're 19 races in right now.
So
he's 1 for 19.
Wow. That's pretty good odds.
This season's shot.
If that kind of, see, if that's sex, that's not too bad. At least one is better than none.
Right.
If it was an elimination type sport, he'd be gone.
Well, there is, and it starts in September, and we'll talk about that tomorrow night. But get
Right.
off the racing bit. Plugs are in.
Right.
Do you have anything
So-
you want to plug over there?
Well,
Oh, you got more plugs?
no more plugs. No more plugs. I'd say we go right into the what's on it, because we had a really good. Obviously, we've brought up the Marvel thing before, and with Phase 4 coming in, Spider-Man's over. I have yet to see it. I don't know if any of you out there have seen the Spider-Man, the Far From Home. It's Far From Home, yeah. It's gonna be a lot of like sadness because obviously Iron Man is dead, and Spider-Man's gonna be kind of living through that legacy, sort of say.
That's some spoiler alert, Jones.
You
right
brought
there.
up that was from,
I know. I'm just saying if somebody out there hasn't seen these
You know
things
what?
yet.
Honestly, Endgame has already beaten Avatar,
I was gonna
so
say,
all bets
dude,
are off.
come on, if you haven't
everyone
seen
hasn't seen it,
Endgame yet, my
Yeah.
God, if you don't know it, I'm sorry, people. Tony Stark is dead. All right, in the Marvel MC universe, he's dead. People, let it go.
He's
let
in
it.
Area 51 with the
and
toilet
Captain
seats.
America is in a retirement home.
He is. He's an old fart now. He
Yeah.
is running around talking about how gentlemen don't talk about boinking ladies. It is the truth. But you brought up a really good point, and you asked me this, and I wanted to kind of bring this up here to the other people. And Thor has a new movie coming out.
Yes.
And
I assume he's going to be in Guardians 3. There wasn't a lot of talk.
Right. No,
I'm assuming he's part of it.
he
'cause
left with the
them.
Guardians. I mean, here we go. Spoiler again. He left with the Guardians.
I don't give a shit. I've seen him, so
So, it's
Black Widow's dead.
It's Thor. It's Thor loving.
we may as well change it to Spoiler Alert Jones this show.
It's Thor Love and Heart. I think it's Love and Heart, right? Or it's Love
Something like that.
Love and Heart. It's got to be because she's dying of cancer. Essentially, if you guys have never read the comics, Thor is a woman. Well, for a brief period, and this is a lot of people lost their shit over it. It was hysterical watching this. Just like when Captain America was black. And, Falcon takes over the mantle, which obviously, oh my God, spoiler alert, that's what happens in the end of this fucking Endgame.
First of all,
again.
Steve Rogers has put on Black Panther's outfit before, so
Yes.
everybody needs to chill the fuck out.
And he filled it quite
Right.
well. Okay,
Yeah.
that was America's ass in the Black Panther
Right, that was
outfit. All right?
Spoiler alert. No.
So, real quick, I want to break it down because you brought up a really good point. And Jane Foster supposedly broke up with Thor, and they went their separate ways. And once again,
Although she did the voiceover, I found out, for Endgame. It wasn't really her. It was old footage from the last movie that was cut out, but she did do voiceovers for the conversation, so she was part of the
so
last
she was still part of it.
Spoiler alert.
Right, there you go.
Here we go again.
So, she's going to be taking the
I love you
mantle.
3000.
She's going to be taking the mantle of Thor. And the whole idea behind this is because Jane Foster has cancer.
Right.
And the only way that she can stay alive, and because she has the heart, love and heart, sort of say, is because she can carry the mantle. Now, yes, there is Beta Ray Bill. There is Eric Masterson, my personal favorite Thor, because the guy was like, a shit show, going through a divorce, all this other shit, but he was worthy. You know what I'm saying? He was worthy to hold the hammer. So if you've ever never checked out...
Steve Rogers was worthy.
If you've never checked out the Eric Masterson Thor, check that out because it's a really cool story. He ends up becoming Thunderstrike, which unfortunately bombs really bad. It's a terrible comic in the end, and it's all kinds of shit. It is. It's a shit show. But if they do this right, if they do Thor Love and Heart right, and you said Natalie Portman's coming back, and I've made the point that she didn't want to be princessized.
She didn't want to be the damsel in
The
distress.
damsel in distress. And like I said, watch Thor Dark World, and you will see she was the damsel in distress once again. It's going to be cool to see her do that. It really will be cool to see her do that.
Well, Easter egg in Ragnarok, if you're looking at
Beta
the
Ray
statues,
Bill
Beta Ray Bill
is right
one of the
there. There's
statues.
out of the four champions.
There's
the
a
other
couple,
guys,
there's
the double face guy. I forget what
other
his
one.
name is, but there's four
Crap,
guys
I can't
total.
remember.
There's Hulk, Beta Ray Bill,
Yeah.
the guy that has the two faces, and I think it's one of the Rock guys. Is like Cranks there.
Quick round table trivia. See if you guys get this. Who is the one person who is not worthy that can wield Thor's hammer?
Iron Man.
No.
Hulk.
Deadpool.
Ah.
Because he knows he's a comic. He can
Yeah.
do whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you
Very
got,
nice.
man?
I got a chance over the weekend on my vacation to go to an old school drive-in and watch a brand new movie. I saw The Lion
Max.
King this weekend.
Max.
Oh yeah, hold on, Max. At the old studio, we had the gimmick chamber. Here we have the box of Max.
The new studio will have three gimmick chambers.
One of
If
them,
you're into wine,
one
it's
of them
free.
will be called the box of Max. So Max, wherever you are,
Max.
here you go.
Max.
Around the table
Max.
like a chain around the bend.
Max.
Get your thing going.
To Max.
So if you've ever seen the original Lion King, which I'm sure everybody in this room has,
Unfortunately.
and you go see the new one, you're trying to pick out lines. You're looking for problems with the film. I enjoyed the whole thing. Thought it was great. Certain lines were omitted. Rafiki doesn't hit him with the fucking stick. Spoiler alert. By the way, I'm not going to spoil the end of the film for you, but
How does he make him see? How does he make him say look harder?
I don't know. I don't
Look
He just he rubs the water or some bullshit. But the live action was really cool. The one complaint I have was with Beyonce as Nala.
Did you just say live action CGI film?
Well,
It's
yeah.
CGI. We all know that. Hey, look, dude, they did great. Did you see the Jungle Book?
Mhm.
Dude, James Woods.
Thought it was fantastic.
James Woods as fucking King Louis. Could you have picked? When I first heard it was James
I didn't
Woods,
think it was going to be good.
I was like, and then he was like, "Ooby do like you do the James Woods. Hit that off."
Ooby doo, ooby doo. What? James Woods?
Yeah, James Woods just hit that shit, man.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you, Disney is redoing these whole. I mean, Aladdin.
Can we just point this is Disney's third,
It's
Jungle
gotta be
Book?
mo- Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Remember Jason Scott Lee when he was popular for a week?
yeah.
Yeah. They made that one.
That was like
the Jungle
May
Book.
of
Then
nine.
these two Jungle Books came back to back though. Remember, there was the one that they made the remade one, and then it was right after that they had like another Jungle Book, and then they had the Jungle Book like Netflix.
Oh, there was a Mowgli show.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Well, because
Mowgli.
that story is public domain, anyone can make a Jungle Book.
Right.
Just same with like the Little Mermaid, all them. Not a lot of people know that. Anyone can make these movies.
Right.
But the only complaint I have about Lion King, she did a great job throughout the film, was Beyonce as Nala.
Was she Nala?
Yeah, and she did a great
Oh,
job.
I finally get that shit now.
Her voice
Okay.
was so good, but when they get into the scene toward the end where the lady lions are going to go after Scar, she's like, "Lions, mount up!" And I'm like, "Oh Christ!" She's going to start singing all the single ladies, and Angela and I are in the back of the truck, like, "All the single lions, all the single lions, all the single lions," and we were just waiting for it to bust out in song. But that's my only complaint. Love the film. If you got kids, take them. We took ours, had a great time. I enjoyed the film. Being in an old school theater, it was awesome.
I love those
And
old school theaters.
it was
man.
right
I
down
really
the
do.
street from our cottage in Lake Winnipesaukee. So as we're leaving the theater, I kept the radio station on and listened to the song from the credits.
All
as
right,
we're rolling
Periscope.
out.
I gotta say goodbye to you guys. If you want to catch any more, you know where to find us.
YouTube Jones.
YouTube Jones, my friend. Loki and Jabroni, or
The
WW.
Loki and-
The
yeah.
Loki and Jabroni Show. We'll see you guys later.
All right, Periscope is out. We're back live on the.
We had to
YouTube.
give a
Get
little
it?
live out to the Periscope people.
And
We-
obviously,
I've been, for those you obviously don't, I twat a lot. I twat.
he's a
Well,
twat.
because
I'm
you
a
were
twatter.
out of the Facebook game for a while.
Yeah, and I still kind
You
of
took
am.
a much needed break.
Yeah,
And
I still kind of am. I don't
hasn't
really
changed
do.
much.
Yeah, no, it's
No, it hasn't.
honestly, if I didn't have like all those business pages, I probably would
Right.
too.
No.
Facebook can suck a big bag of butt right
and
now.
I think we're gonna go right into that.
Yeah.
Might
I,
as well.
that's what I figure, man. That's why
Speaking
I
of
kind
the
of went
social
into
medias,
Yes.
it. So our friend here has been bullying people across Facebook. According to what the Facebook says, and I can I read this? Do you mind if
I don't mind at all. Go
Okay.
go find that text message.
So here we go.
I'll let him tell the story. I'm going to answer a question real quick while he's looking for that. Mayor of Middletown, Lindsay Freilich, says, "What do you think of Cats coming to the big screen?" I think it's a great.
I think it's a great idea. I do. For those of you never seen Cats, have you seen Cats?
On Broadway, and I remember the
Have you seen
made
Cats?
for TV gimmick in the
I
80s.
have seen it, not live, but
you saw the
on
TV one.
PBS, they
Yeah,
had
Yeah.
I don't like cats at all.
You don't have to like cats. So I'm saying it gives people who are Cats fans an opportunity to see it. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can get to Broadway. What about somebody who's out in fucking Arkansas?
It's just a bunch of
They ain't
cats
gonna get to
saying
Broadway.
their names.
It is a bunch of
And then they
cats
sing
saying
some
their names.
songs
But my God,
about
spoiler
their
alert!
names.
My God. Okay, so here we go.
Prince made a career out of that shit.
My name
But
is.
he's funky,
That's
is
true.
funky.
The one
He
and
is
only.
a sexy motherfucker.
So here we go.
Ah!
And
Support.
I'm just gonna say this: cream.
Get on top.
Get on top.
Go ahead.
So this is
The
the
screenshot.
Let's get off
screenshot.
that one.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
And it goes.
You're not
This
funny.
comment goes against our community standards on harassment and bullying.
And bullying.
Read one previous message, which they're obviously overlooking, and then it says Facebook. We're reviewing your comment. Somebody will be taking another look at this post. As of right now, my man is guilty before proven innocent because they already put a 7-day ban on you.
Yes.
A 7-day ban. Now this is
For calling out
This is
somebody's
your
hypocrisy.
second
It's my
offense?
second. The first time I got a 3-day ban, and
3-day
now
ban.
it's, I'm not gonna reach Nathan Thompson heights and get 30 days and have my shit
You got
shut down.
boils.
But yeah, your shit's boiling over there, bro. So what happens is there's one of these millennial snowflake bitches, a male, and he's running down. I'm not a Trump supporter. He's the president of the United States. I am an American. He is
Put my
president.
YouTube on.
And what happens is he's rattling off all these false facts, and I found a way to counteract each one with fact. How about that? Giving somebody the facts. Well, if you're a Trump supporter, you're a bigot. No. Candace Owens, who is an African-American woman, has gone to bat for Donald Trump, saying the African-American unemployment is the lowest it's been since forever. So,
But she's not really black. One of those
Christ, here
politicians
we
said
goes.
so.
And
I mean,
go ahead, just say it.
no, I'm just. Is it because of him, or is it because people actually decide to go out and get some fucking jobs?
Don't know.
I mean,
don't know.
That's what I'm saying. When they turn around, they say, "Oh, during the Barack Obama, spiel, they had the lowest amount of unemployment or whatever." Okay, well, at that time, was it the same deal? Were we desperate?
Mm-hmm.
Did people really need these jobs? Were there
Right.
more stay-at-home parents? Like they don't put the whole fucking spiel out there.
Of course not. And moving further on into the story, I don't want to bring up every point that this asshole made that he was wrong about. But I took the time and the energy.
You're bullying. See that?
It's my show. I'll bully who I want. Hey, Max, where are you, bro? This one's for you, kid.
Max comment.
So, yeah, come on, Max, bring it on.
He's lost faith in you, bro.
So I get to the end, and I say, I'm going to take a wild guess. You're under 30. You think you got the world at your feet. You got a room full of participation trophies, and you want it both ways. You can say whatever you want and think it's true, but I'm going to bring the fact. Here it is. Read it, or else you're a fucking hypocrite. That was the last line. You're a fucking hypocrite. I guess the stuff he said about me fucking my mother and I should be beaten like a dog, all the stuff in the original post. If you follow Trump, you should be hung, dropped from a helicopter in a vat of boiling acid, screaming while your family watches in horror. I guess that's okay. But telling him he's a fucking hypocrite, well, that goes against Facebook's community standards.
Well, he might have gotten banned too. You don't know.
Don't know because I'm on a 7-day ban. So
Right.
until I know,
We'll find out.
Well, that's why I was like,
We
"What
will.
group is it?" I'll have a field day.
I'll have to find it. Let me see. What do we got here? Hi, kids.
Well,
Wow.
can I just say there is one thing that's very fucking offensive right now.
Your language?
No,
Okay, go ahead.
that fucking Moxie shirt.
Horse shit. This
That
is
is
a great
fucking
shirt.
offensive as shit,
is
dude.
badass
You might as
motherfucker
well
Jones.
suck down a bunch of licorice and then go over and lick an old man's ass.
Okay, the second
That's-
part, no.
That is Moxie in a shell,
The
my
first part-
friend.
first
I
part all day
can't
long.
believe you're actually fucking.
Okay, going back to vacation.
If cough syrup was
Right?
carbonated,
Yes.
it tastes
Moxie.
like Moxie.
Yeah.
There you
Beautiful.
go. Do you know why they call that shit Moxie? Because they couldn't call it shit legally.
Wow. I love it. Anyway.
Look at the guy. Like, let's look at the guy's face
It's
here.
like Regis filming on
The
filming
guy
on
does
crack.
not want to be
Yeah.
drinking this.
No,
He's like, "You should drink
he's
this
saying-
shit," and
he's
I do.
saying- He's saying, "Do not give me that
Do
shit.
not drink Moxie.
All right.
Give
so
me the Pepsi." Or the Coca-Cola with the cocaine.
I catch
Don't give me this
shit from these guys and many other people for my Moxie obsession.
You know who drinks Moxie?
Me.
My mother.
Oh, man, take this motherfucker. Hi, Mom. Your mom, anyway. No, so again, going back to our vacation, we're in this little sleepy town called North Conway after sightseeing and
I've been
swimming
skiing
holing.
up there.
Good, nice area.
Yeah.
You went
Wildcat.
to Attitash.
Yeah, Attitash and Wildcat, right down
Passed
the
right
road.
by it.
Yep.
So while we're at this place, no, fucking Lynch is texting old man's ass, LOL. Eat shit, Lynch. Anyway, love you, kid. We're in this little town, and we had lunch, and we go through this place called Zeb's Country Store, which is basically every kind of thing you could ever think of smashed into a room where you're walking asshole to elbow with other tourists. We're going toward the back of the first level of the store, and Emma's looking at little toy gimmicks, and Angela and Madison are over this way, and I see it. There's this big cooler with Moxie, big bottles, tall bottles, short bottles, glass bottles. I'm like, oh, cool, old school Moxie bottles. I look to the left. There's Moxie hats, Moxie sweatshirts, and I look for the shirt. And I asked Emma. Emma made the choice. I says, which one should I get? The rustic
Probably
ass?
original Moxie bottles because no one drinks the shit.
Why don't you go
Shit's
sit
probably
on,
from like 1920.
why don't you go make a hot dog real quick?
They
there,
probably
asshole?
have like fucking get your bonds. Not bail bonds.
War bonds.
The war bonds. You see where my head is.
Jabroni drinks beer, not soda. Well, wait, I got a soda
Wait,
here.
Max. Oh,
Is he here?
oh,
No.
it's Janelle.
Yeah. Hi, Janelle.
What's up, Jay?
But I saw the shirt. She picked it out. I kind of like the old rusticy, old-timey feel. The other one was way too bright. It looked like a road
Maxed.
cone with a Moxie logo on it. So I said, no, $14 out the door, man. And the reason, the other one was black. I'm trying to get away from all black shirts. If you walk into my room, it's like black shirts and maybe a few colors here and there. But
Get to the point.
yeah, well, if these guys wouldn't fucking go off like, oh, well, it tastes like old man's ass and burnt feet and shit.
She's a Max fan.
She is a Max fan. First of all, hey, Max, got something for you, kid. Let me make sure I got the right one.
All right.
But yeah,
you should get paid
fuck
for
you.
wearing that.
I
You
should.
should get paid for wearing that
I
shirt. Is
should.
all I gotta say.
I have
That's
a
fucking
friend on
horrible.
Facebook who goes to this coffee shop in northeastern Connecticut every day, and every day she puts a little picture up, and she mentions the name of the coffee
The
shop.
duck face.
No. It's usually either the straw looking into the camera, all sultry. Like, do they pay you for this? Because every day for the last 2 years, I've seen you with your coffee going, oh, look, mocha coconut gimmick Schnabitz Fernum, and the name of the coffee shop underneath. I'm like, are they paying you?
No.
Because I'll be your agent. I'll
They
get
better.
you the
They better start doing it.
fuck yes.
They better start doing it. What the
So
fuck?
on that note, fuck you. I love my Moxie shirt. If you don't like it, buy it and burn it. I don't care. I'll take the $14.95
Hey,
right now.
Fucking go with it, man. Go with it.
Rock and roll. What do you got?
I do have a gripe. I mean, as you all know, obviously, because I took.
Did you get banned from Facebook too?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, I actually don't really twatter. I'd be upset about that. As you all know, I obviously took my 10 weeks off because I was taking drunk classes, and I passed my drunk classes with flying colors. I meant to fucking bring that shit in to show everybody.
Oh, next time.
It's in my car. I will. I'll bring it to you guys next time. But I also have this Intoxilock device in my car. It's installed in my car, and what it does is it affects. If you blow into it and your numbers show up, drunky style, you can't start your car. It'll yell at you. It will not let you. And then worse, it'll charge you more money. So you don't want to do that. It's a bad idea. Do not use your Intoxilock device as a breathalyzer.
That's a bad idea.
A lot of people, and it's funny because I'll sit there and I'll watch, and speaking of, hey, do these motherfuckers pay you? I see these motherfuckers going on there with Intoxilocks on YouTube, and they're like, this device saved my life. Motherfucker, tell the truth. All right? No, serious. Tell the fucking truth. You're a bunch of criminals, first of all, Intoxilock. I have been having an issue with my car for 6 months.
I was going to say many months.
Yeah, 6 months at this point. I have replaced the alternator, the starter, the battery, the relays, the ignition switch, the ignition coil, the fucking wires, anything that has to do with the starting mechanism of that vehicle, I have replaced. Trust me, I have the paperwork for it.
Did you keep your 10mm socket, though?
I have fucking 4 of those bitches.
Nice.
Trust
Carry
me.
on.
And I have a 10mm wrench. I don't fuck around. So, yeah, just drive another car. Lindsay, Let me explain to you how this works in Connecticut. If I am pulled over in another car without an Intoxilock device in it, I can go to jail for a year. No questions asked. They cuff, stuff me, boom, I'm gone.
Do they have a
See you later.
payphone in the cell? Because we can
Nope,
do the show
nope.
by
My
phone.
asshole will be this fucking big when I
Oh!
get the fuck out. I'm not.
And
No.
You can get your
Me-
license yanked for
me
life,
in
right?
prison,
Yes.
yeah. Me in prison don't work. It's not going to work. So no, that is not an option. And then yes, do I want to buy another car? Sure, why not? You know what they do is they turn around and they charge you another $160 to get that device put into that
What?
car, and they're going to charge you $30 to recalibrate it because it's a new car right then.
What?
So oh yeah, trust me on this. So I am going to. I have only 2 more months. August 15th and September 15th. It comes out of my car September 15th. Point being,
Do
'cause
not
see,
celebrate
see,
on the
you talk
16th.
about ADHD with a laser pointer. You just did it to me, Lindsay. You just did it.
See?
You just
and
did
that's how we go off the trail.
So, I have now contacted Intoxilock and said the only thing I have left to change is your device. Intoxilock says, well, if we have a sanctioned supporter who can say that, because obviously, you know, me being a mechanic isn't enough. No, that's not enough. You need to hear it from the person that installed the device. Fine, fine. They've actually seen me out in their parking lot for 15 fucking minutes trying to start this fucking car afterwards. So Intoxilock calls them. And sure enough, Sergio answers, yes, send this motherfucker a new Intoxilock device. We are fairly certain this is the only thing left that we need to replace. This is on Thursday. They say, Mr. Smith, we're going to overnight this. Okay. That sounds great. Thank you, Intoxilock. Thank you for appreciating this. Friday shows up. Now, I don't have the day off, but I come straight from work thinking, hey, I'm going to have this entire, it's going to be here. I go waltzing in there. There's Sergio, and he's shaking his head. You didn't shut off your car, did you? Of course I did. I thought the new device was going to be here.
Oh, God.
I'm sitting out there for 15 fucking minutes trying to get my goddamn car
Eddie,
started.
Eddie, what color is it? Just tell me now. Just tell me the color.
So,
I'll hit them all if I have to.
You don't want to hit them all.
The special button. The one that has our favorite phrase ever. After listening to this story.
It's blue. It's blue, just so you know next time.
That blue button right there.
So there I
Got
am
it.
out there for 10 minutes. I finally get the car started. Saturday, the hottest fucking day we've had in a very long time, 110 degrees.
I don't feel bad
I'm
having 95
thinking,
up in the
I'm
mountains.
thinking my device is going to be there that day, right? So I go out there and I work in this fucking weather. Me and my son, we were stupid. I ain't gonna lie. I fucking suffered the next day.
We
for it.
went to the new house to do some shit. We're in the house for like an hour.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. It was
died.
stupid. It was
We
stupid.
gotta do
if
humidifier
you
for
guys
the
did any
basement,
work
full
or
overnight.
anything, if you were in the New England area this past weekend and you had to suffer through this 110 degree weather, I'm sorry. I really am. We did it too. It sucked. It was fucking horrible. But long story short, once again, I go there, shut off the car, walk in there, 110 degree weather. I'm out there for 15 minutes trying to get my fucking car started. They're not open on Sunday. So, and of course, the mail doesn't deliver on Sunday.
Of course not.
Unless it's
They're
Amazon.
not-
Yeah, unless it's Amazon. I was
They're
gonna
not
say.
open on Monday either. But at least the thing can get delivered on Monday, right?
Ta-da.
I call Intoxilock and
Oh,
I
God.
say, hey, well, it didn't show up Friday, didn't show up Saturday. Of course, mail isn't there Sunday. Is it going to be there when they open up Tuesday?
And the answer was?
And the guy sits there.
Oh, God.
It hasn't shipped yet, Mr. Smith.
I'm sorry. What happened to overnight?
I said, I didn't say that.
I would have.
No, because they have you by the cojones. Okay, you guys gotta understand.
Did you at least talk to somebody American?
Dude, we've said this a million times, and I think this is the most bullshit statement that Connecticut can ever tell their people. To drive is a privilege. They will tell you this. They will fucking tell you this. No, it's not a privilege, Connecticut, because if every one of us decided that we just didn't want to fucking drive for one day, do you know how fucked this state would be if everybody just didn't show up to work? If everybody, gas station attendants, Dunkin' Donuts attendants, doctors, fucking lawyers, judges.
You're going all sorts of ape shit crazy.
No, I'm serious.
Do you know the riots in the street if women can't get their Dunkin' in the morning?
Hello? Thank you.
That's not
Thank
a world
you.
I want to live in.
So you want to tell me that driving is a privilege again? You want to say that one more time, Connecticut, that driving is a privilege? So because they have this driving is a privilege by your balls like this, they're squeezing them and they're suckling them, you have no choice but to follow their rules and to follow what they want you to do. Hence having this stupid device in your car. Now, did I break the law? My God, I think I've been on this show. I've said it 3 times.
Yeah.
I know I was wrong.
You made a mistake and you owned it.
I did. I own up to it. I'm doing what I am doing right now. However, when I did lose a fucking great car.
That thing was a monster.
I love my fucking Audi, but I was stupid. I deserved to lose it. See, this is me taking acceptance for what I fucking did. I do not deserve to be stuck on the side of a fucking road. I don't deserve to have a car that doesn't start just because your device is interfering with what the fuck is going on. My point, Intoxilock, you are a sucky ass fucking company. And anybody that watches my show, there are 3 other companies out there besides Intoxilock. I'm not sure of them off the top of my head because I don't want to know. I hope that whoever is watching this show never has to go through what the fuck I've went through. I'm telling you right now, don't put yourself through there. It's so not worth it to get out there and it's fuck you. Not worth it. Don't go with Intoxilock. They will rape you, they will rob you, they will take you, and they will fuck you. And on top of it, like I said,
in that order.
Probably in that
Just
order.
making
I
sure.
mean, they might fuck you first, then rape you, then take your money. I mean, but for me, they took my money first. They were really nice. When you want to sign up, they're super nice. Oh yeah, we'll give you this. We'll give you that.
Oh yeah, sure.
No. But when it comes to this, we're literally looking at tomorrow. It'll be there. Now, this is
that
Thursday,
doesn't sound over
right?
fucking
That's
night.
not over fucking night. Thank you.
Tomorrow's Wednesday when we're recording this.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So while you were doing the repairs to this, every time you disconnected the battery, did they have to reset the?
Yes, they did. And I've actually got locked out 4 times as I was doing my repairs myself. And if I get locked out, I have 3 days to get to a place. If you're driving, no, the car, like, that's the other funny thing. Never happened to me. But if you're dumb enough to be drinking and driving and you blow into this thing, the horn's going to start going crazy and the fucking headlights will flash. And you're going to have to pull over. And the minute you shut off the car, you have to get it towed.
I have a friend, she was a total dumbass. She blew it while she was in her driveway and got locked out because she had been drinking wine. And she wasn't thinking.
Was it already started?
She went to go start it.
Oh, see, that's good, though, because they give you a rolling lockout. I actually did that at Jabroni's house one day. I'm not going to lie. It was my first, 2 months with it, and I was like, yeah, I only had 2 IPAs. I'll be good.
I've said it
whoop,
before.
whoop, whoop, but I was like, oh, fuck.
Lights went off, fucking lasers shot down, and he just comes knocking on the door, man. Hey, man.
I was like, I need a ride home, man. This
Need a
fucking
ride
thing
home?
ain't let me go.
Like, I got you, bro. I got you.
I mean, I've said it on the show before, but I got busted for a DUI about 10 years ago. But I lost my license for 90 days, and I had to take a stupid class.
Right, and then even if you had to go to work, you could get a work permit, and there was.
I couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't.
Because that permit is only good for people who work an 8-hour day, and I used to work 12.
Ooh.
So it was like I was like,
see, yeah.
I'm like, I work 3 12-hour days. Like, well, too bad. You got to give us the hours, and they can't be more than 8.
Get a cab.
Yeah. Well, I fucking drove anyway.
Well,
Who
nowadays
is related to who in Hartford that influenced the contract in typical Connecticut? I work in Hartford.
Well, yeah.
That's my only relation in Hartford. Trust me. If there's no
I
other,
passed through it a couple times.
I have family in Canton.
If I didn't work in Hartford, no, my ass would not be fucking going to Hartford. I fucking hate
Hartford's
Hartford.
gone so downhill.
Yeah.
It's become like a shit show.
As a matter of fact,
Our capital.
3 of the people that fucking got shot last week, one of them was the guy his son, the guy that I work with.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what? It's what I've always been saying. The
Morgan-
closer to government you are, the shittier it is.
Morgan Carr, and his father, obviously, I work with him, is Billy Carr, and the guy was a thug. I mean, I'm not trying to, glorify
I remember you
it,
telling me this,
but,
yeah.
and even I told Bill, we don't see eye to eye, but I even told him, I was like, look, man, nobody wants to lose a fucking son. Like, I don't care what kind of life he fucking lived.
No.
It's shitty. Nobody ever wants to fucking lose a son. You know that's
always
some
sucks.
shitty.
It's
In
kinda-
Hartford now, what up to like? I think it's like 30 homicides, and we're only halfway through the year.
Quite possibly.
Not bad.
Bridgeport is usually worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not bad, Hartford. You're catching
Yeah,
up.
right? Good on you.
Fuck Hartford.
What
Anyways,
do you
The only
got?
problems in New Haven is usually the police because they're the most corrupt
Yes.
in the state.
yes,
And Ian Cunningham.
yes,
Yeah, I'll say it.
he is pretty corrupt.
New Haven, yeah. Ian is head of the New Haven police,
No, he's
and
not.
he's corrupt.
He's very corrupt.
He might be corrupt.
He's
Yes.
corrupt.
You know why?
He is
Because
corrupt.
he's a ginger, and you can't trust those ginger fucks.
No, you can't. They're soulless. They're
still,
soulless.
still love me
Yeah.
some
So when you
Ian
come on the show, Ian.
Yeah, right?
Soulless.
You got anything there, Austin Pfeffer?
Well, yeah, this is in the news, and I normally don't go for these stories, but this is actually
Clickbait. That's clickbait.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
clickbait story. It is, but
Earth is flat. Oh,
so
Maybe it's not Earth is flat.
Stop bullying.
Yes.
Will you just stop bullying people?
You've
Hasn't your 10-day Facebook
7.
total? It's
Oh,
3
total.
plus 7. Your total Facebook.
on my second run, I'm gonna be top dog in the yard before you know it.
okay.
I'm
So
gonna run this shit.
you guys are familiar with the baker in Colorado and the cake. You
Yes.
want to
Yes.
bake cake for a gay
Yes.
wedding.
Yes.
There's a big, huge debate.
Mhm.
You know,
Not all
Yeah.
heroes wear capes. Okay.
Right. Some baked cake.
No, look. If that's your belief, fucking stand
Stick
by
to
it.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
And good
now
on
you're
you.
bullying. Oh no,
Good
you're
on
not.
you. No, I'm not. I'm telling you. I'm telling
quick
you.
rundown on that. That guy didn't deny them services. He just said, "I can't bake a cake for the wedding." He said, "You guys can have anything that's pre-made on the shelf.
Right.
Even pre-made cakes." He said you could have that. He said he would not decorate one. That's all he said.
Okay.
He just didn't want to participate in the wedding. That's fair.
That's bullying. He is against
Plus-
Facebook
That's right, Chuck.
community
Plus-
standards. Standards
Plus,
or
if
standards?
you force people to do something against their will, there's a word for that.
Communism.
No. Well, yeah, but
Horse shit.
slavery.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you know
Yep.
me. I'm always like the draft is slavery because you're conscripting people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so how far the guy originally lost the case in Colorado, won it in the Supreme Court, and blah blah blah.
God bless America.
Now we'll go to Canada where they're not as well. They're more woke than us.
It's
In
funny.
some- in
It's
some
funny.
ways.
My son knows they're more woke than
Yeah.
us too. He even brought that up today. It was funny in
Yeah.
the car
Yeah,
ride.
Canada is a lot more quote woke than us.
We are.
and
We're a bunch of sleepy motherfuckers.
so you can't even you can get in a lot of trouble just for misgendering someone.
Yeah.
You know, but
It's ma'am.
here's two things. Here's two issues with this story that cross that we really need to have a conversation of. The story itself is kind of funny
All right.
in a way, but at the same time, when you stop and think, we need to have a conversation about it. So, Canada's a Canadian transgender activist is suing a salon for refusing to wax her scrotum.
Okay, wait a
Her?
minute. Yep.
Her?
Here we go.
Yeah.
No, you can't. You can't. No, that's
It's the fucking vein, Mike. It's the fucking vein.
No,
Mike,
that's-
it's the fucking vein.
No, that's
Oh.
no, that's
My
illegal.
rule is if you're dressed like a chick, I'm going to call you her.
No, no,
That's
no.
what I
It's
am.
no,
Bam.
no. Her and scrotum cannot go in the same sentence. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck how fucked up you
Yeah.
are in the head. Her
I
and
agree with you.
scrotum,
I agree with you largely.
unless it is his scrotum was in her mouth. That is the only time her and scrotum ever go together in a sentence.
I get a tear in my eye. Thank you so much
So,
for saying what we all think. Fucking weird.
the activist is suing for discrimination and bigotry, yada, 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 because they're refusing to wax the genitalia. So there's two things at play here. Okay, so obviously, I don't think you should be forced to do anything you want. I don't think anyone should be forced to serve anyone, this, that, and the other thing. Did you lose your mic?
Yeah, there you go.
Shouldn't have.
Thank you.
Ta-da!
So
we got him. What is your
no,
point?
nobody should be forced to do anything, they don't want to for
Right,
any
I
reason.
agree. I agree.
Even if you want to be a bigoted asshole, I think you're a bigoted asshole, but I don't think it's a crime.
No.
But
Unless you hurt somebody or damage some physical
now,
property.
Canada is really strict on these things. Like, you have to bake the cake, you have to do this, that, and the other thing. So now we're talking about touching someone's genitals. Forcing them to touch someone's genitals
So the Canadian government
there's a word for that too.
What is it?
Rape, sexual
much.
assault. That's sodomy. You're forcing
Canada
someone
can force me to touch somebody's junk if I work in that industry.
if they're transgender. Well, no, that's going to be the debate. That's the real debate. But I mean, there's other things with this particular
Whatever happened
person.
to management reserves the right to refuse service to anyone? I don't
See,
know how it is
now-
in Canada.
now-
But
See, here's the
now we've
thing.
invented this thing like of protected classes. So
See, there's no, but there's some places they'll give you a Brazilian wax, but it'll be like here.
yeah.
Like they don't do the scrote, man, or some people do, but some people don't.
They don't get Scroatville, but they'll get the surrounding
Right,
areas.
exactly,
All right.
exactly. So if it says in their clause, we do not do scrotums,
They'll do West Hartford and East Hartford, but not Hartford.
but yet this woman comes in and goes, "You have to do my scrotum."
See?
But it's going against their rules of
Think
not doing
about what
scrotums.
you just. No. I want everybody watching this show. If you have friends who just go off on these, there's 48 gender bullshit schnabbits. Think about what this man just said. Her scrotum, clinically impossible.
Exactly, which I brought up earlier. You can't use it in the same sentence unless we flip it around.
I can't identify as
Peking,
being.
what
Hugh
happened to
Hefner.
the
I
owner
can't.
management has the right to refuse services to anyone. That's in America.
Okay, before you answer that question, I want to
No,
know your
that-
first name.
that's
No
Amer-
more than this P. I want to. My name is Paul
Paul Heyman.
Percy.
And
My
I
name
am.
is Paul. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I wanna know your first name.
That's their YouTube name.
Don't
We do
answer
not
the-
dox people.
No,
we're not
we don't.
doxing. We
No,
want to answer in a
if
way.
he doesn't want
No.
to do it,
No,
If they
Mr.
say they don't
P.
want, if they
Maybe-
say they don't want to
maybe
do it,
it's
move
Max.
to Canada, and you'll be made to do
it's
it.
Max.
Maybe
He
they like-
changed his
Maybe it is
name.
Max.
maybe they like Chinese food, Peking duck. Come
Oh,
on,
not
man.
bad.
And it is a duck. I
The-
think
the
their
duck-
picture is a duck.
Nice.
Holy fuck.
So Canada
That's
can
awesome.
force people to grope. They just legalize sexual
That's
assault.
what I'm saying.
Thank you,
Duck.
Miss Mayor. Thank you, Miss Mayor.
That's going to be the debate now. So it's like remember I told you the story about the there was that porn star that killed herself because she went on Twitter and said she wouldn't work with bisexual stars,
Right.
And they started calling her a bigot, homophobe. And I was just like, well, whoa. Now you're saying she should for diversity's sake, which throws out the whole argument of consent.
It also takes
Right.
away individual liberty.
Right.
Patty, thank you.
Because even if you're a porn star, the rules of consent apply. You choose who
Exactly.
you want to work with, this, that, you know.
right.
Unless you're
That's
Ron
why I
Jeremy.
quit.
She
No,
was right.
who's
She
desperate
says
to fuck
P,
anybody.
King, duck, yes.
Nice. Which is why I quit the porn industry, because I couldn't choose who I wanted to work with.
See? And that's the shitty part about being in the porn industry. You don't know if you're fucking an ass or you don't know if you're fucking a
Right?
vajayjay.
Oh, not
Now-
like that glory hole
little-
video that we covered way early on in our show,
Oh, Jesus.
where on one side was the young lady, and on the other side of the wall, unbeknownst to her or
Was
him,
a guy.
was her brother.
Yeah.
And and they made there was that lawsuit. Oh, I hope they made millions. I never found out the finish on that.
I want to know if he did finish.
He finished a lot of
Oh
people.
yeah, he
He
finished. it.
finished a lot of people, man.
But a little background on this guy too. There's like saved like messages and tweets and stuff where the guy's asking really young girls all kinds of fucked up questions like how to change like hygiene products and shit, stuff that nobody with a penis is gonna have to deal with. And
If you've
everybody is just catering to that.
Okay, stop. If you take the engine out of your Dodge and you drop a VW engine in it, it's still a fucking Dodge. If you
Yeah,
put on
with
a
a
dress,
VW engine.
if you put on a dress and you've got a dick, I don't care what you say you are. According to, I don't know, thousands of years of medicine, you're a man. Deal with it.
Well, I think
Fuck.
if you put the VW engine in the Dodge, it's a VW.
It's
I think a lot of people out there wouldn't mind
Dodge
being
wagon.
asexual
Which
like a frog.
is why I'm pissed about the new Supra because it's got a fucking BMW engine in it.
so now
It's not a fucking Toyota.
Here we go. See,
No,
I
it's
got
not.
I got
That's-
trigger.
that's-
I'm triggered.
That's precision German
We need
engineering.
the trigger warning back at some point.
No, fuck your precision German engineering.
Precision
Give me my twin turbo straight 6.2 JZ GTE.
German engineering got us here today. I don't see what the problem with it is.
I love German
Yeah,
engineering.
there you
yeah,
go.
Pretty simple.
worked,
Rammstein!
Especially
worked
when
out great in the Holocaust.
if they use
Jesus Christ.
timing chains and not timing belts.
Folks, that was
You
Godwin's
fucker.
law. That means I
You
lost the argument.
Fucker. Jesus.
I'm just using that as an example, folks. If you use Godwin's law, you lose the argument.
Oh, Christ.
terrible.
I can't believe I just heard
That's
you
bullying.
say that.
That's bullying.
That's bullying. You have violated Facebook community
Well, that is
standards.
the theme of the show.
It is.
We're violating
Violation.
everything tonight. Fuck this shit.
Violation.
Violation Nation right here on the Local Jabroni Show.
So today is come and get bullied. So
Yes.
It is.
Peking
Bring
duck,
it on.
Peking duck.
Peking duck. I like
the
that.
only one I'm not going to bully is the mayor because I'm going to end up going. I'm going to see the mayor tomorrow, and I don't want to get my head bashed in with a shovel.
Yeah, she'll
so
put your
I'm
dick in the dirt, bro.
No,
Speaking of bullying,
she'll put a shovel in the back of my skull. Go ahead with your bullying story.
what did we do back in the day with bullies?
Kick their
Fought
ass
back.
at some
We
point.
fought back.
Yes.
And that was the glorious.
Which was the whole point of
Victory.
our conversation on the way up here.
Right, exactly. The problem is bullies now have rights. So, and here's the problem with this. No, and then you're shaking your head,
I
but
know.
you
I know where
realize
you're going, and I know you're right.
here's the problem with this. The bully starts the argument,
Mhm.
a.k.a. the bully picks on said kid, and, kid finally takes no more and
Grows a
fights
scrotum
back.
like a Canadian woman.
Right. Canadian.
I'm violating everybody today.
Canadian
Fuck this
man.
shit.
Comes
Have you
in.
met Justin Trudeau?
I said
Comes
that out
in,
loud.
and this kid fights back. And then all of a sudden, he fights back so hard. What happens? Just like in Christmas Story, he gets his butt whooped so bad that he's bleeding, and he's going to go tell his daddy, right? Well, it's getting so bad that the bully has so much rights that kids are being expelled, at worst case scenario, suspended at best, for fighting back and taking care of these bullies. This is said problem with bullying. If you go out of your way to make somebody uncomfortable, if you go out of your way to make somebody have a terrible day, if you go out of your way to make that person feel terrible, you're a bully. You're a bully, straight up. You have lost your rights as a human being for any sympathy from anybody around you.
Or any blowback, in
Thank
my
you.
opinion.
Thank you. So if it comes most people take it. And in this day and age, and it's sad, but most people take it. When it finally does come to that one kid or that one person, say we're in a situation, adults, we see it all the time. People still picking on people, just because it's just they're so used to it. Hey, this guy's a weaker. Let's just pick on him,
Right. Sorry, Ed.
If it comes back, you take it. You take it like a man. You take it like a woman. You take it like an it.
A Canadian woman with a pair of balls.
The point is you take it. You don't reciprocate back and say, you're bullying me, because you brought it on yourself, people. You brought it to a point where you pissed somebody off so bad that the only option they had was to fight back.
Fight or flight, yeah.
Right. You know who does that? Animals that are backed in a corner do that.
Oh, wait,
okay?
how long until we ban the fucking zebra or the gazelle or the lion and
I
some
mean,
bullshit like
people, this is basic instinct. This is animal instinct. This isn't human instinct. This is animals. Animals will do this to you if you do it to them. So for a human to fight back is bullshit. For you to not expect that to happen is bullshit. And bullying, no matter how you want to fucking throw it up there, no matter how you want to put it up there, is bullshit, and it needs to stop. We can throw all these videos out there that we want, but until people, parents, and children realize that this is an honest-to-goodness fucking problem, it's not going to stop. It's getting worse, people. With social media out there, think of the suicides. Think about that one girl. It still blows my mind for Twitter, it drives me crazy because I did a vote. I do votes all the time on Twitter, and for D&D mostly. Hey, what this and what's that? This kid literally put her heart out there and said, "I want to kill myself. Should I?"
Oh, people
65% of you fucking said yes. You shameful motherfuckers. That's
and they're
bullying.
cloaked by the anonymity of
Right.
their little name. And I'm not gonna pick on Peking Duck too much, but Peking Duck, I'm just using you as an example. If Peking Duck votes yes, just put the gun in your mouth and pull it and suck it and suck it. It's the anonymity of the internet.
You fall
Nobody
asleep,
knows
right?
who
You go to
Peking
sleep.
Duck- exactly.
You don't know what happens the next day, and then you read about it.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so sad. I can't believe she killed herself. I didn't mean for that to happen.
No, of
You didn't
course
mean for
didn't.
that to happen? Well, you voted yes, you dumb son of a bitch, so you must have thought something was going to happen.
Peking Duck did not vote yes in the suicide.
No,
Please
Peking,
do
no.
not
we,
come at us.
We like Peking.
Peking
Duck.
Duck's never coming
I
back.
love-
No, Peking
I
Duck
love
is coming
Peking
back. I
Duck.
think Peking Duck is going to be
I
one
love-
of our
no, the
favorite.
fact that
Tomorrow,
we got
tomorrow
the-
will be fried wonton.
I have to ask the question because what is it? The mayor asked, "What Motorhead 20th anniversary is it? Is that about the band or the car?" I need to know. I
Well,
wanna know
she
the
put the
answer.
little asterisk above Motorhead.
So I'm guessing it's
So
the
it's gotta
band.
be
1999. 1999 is 20 years ago. That would be We Are Motorhead. Really shitty album, but had one of the greatest ballads of all time called One More Fucking Time, which, if you haven't heard it, listen to it. It's great.
Yeah, see? Once again, two separate groups in high school. I won the end, but it took years, and it was hard. Exactly. You had to fight
But
back.
What happens nowadays, and we had this discussion.
But what?
on
Oh
the
no,
way
no,
up.
no!
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
And I will and continue on the comments because I love it. What happened after that? Did they respect you? Was it over? Did they go tell their mommy? You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Was it resolved? You know what I'm saying? Was it resolved? As long, albeit it might have been hard and it might have been difficult, but at the end of the day, was it resolved?
Mhm.
And I don't think that's. I think that's what the issue is nowadays. It's never resolved. People's feelings are never.
No, because like we talked about on the way up here, kid gets bullied. Even now, kids get bullied physically, mentally, social media
Oh,
style.
fuck yeah.
When they-
Jay's son, every day, he's supposed to be in a special school. And you do have autistic kids in there,
Mm-hmm.
but you know what else you have? Social rejects. Norwich High School, anybody?
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember that?
Now it's called Sachem Campus.
But our teachers are being taken away so much that they have no choice but to put all these kids together. So now this bullying is accepted.
Right, and going back, we talked about on the way up here, and I'll let you guys in on a little bit of this conversation. The kid gets finally fed up of being bullied. He whoops the shit out of the bully. The bully's mom now comes and says, "Why'd your kid whip the shit out of my kid?" Well, bullied mom says, "Well, your son's been bullying my son for 3 months. Here it comes. This is the state of decay that we are in right now. I don't care what my son did. Your son whipped my son's ass, and now we're in all this litigation and bullshit."
I'd love it. I'd love it because I'd be able to spend the rest of the school year saying this little bitch ass ran to his mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's
I'd
what we did.
And maybe this is wrong.
But the little bitch
I'd
ass that ran to Facebook
I'd
on me,
tell
same,
everybody.
same.
I'd
Oh,
tell
yeah.
everybody, oh, this bitch ass ran to his
Oh,
mommy.
as soon as I hit
Well,
that
see, with
ban,
Facebook
I texted
now, it's
a bunch.
easier.
I
Back
texted
in
a
the
bunch of
day,
you guys.
back in the day, it had to be like
Telegraph, telephone, yada,
or
yada.
word through the grapevine.
Right.
Dude, you hear that fucking Mike Smith kick that dude's ass? Dude,
Right,
that
as soon
that
as-
dude's fucking bad.
As
I
soon
wouldn't
as-
fuck with him.
As soon as that ban came, I texted you guys. I'm like, here we go. Some bullshit because some snowflake
Yeah.
wants to say his piece but can't hear the same in return wherever you are. I hope you're watching the show. I pimp this show on every page I'm a part of.
Yep.
I hope you're watching, first of all. And if you are watching, drop a comment. If you're listening to us on audio only, iTunes, all the other places that we are that you are not, cocksucker, let me know you heard what I said. And I've invited anybody who wants a debate. We have a phone line. Cunt and Bitchton took it up. We will take Nathan Thompson. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep,
Fuck
yep,
that.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, fuck this bullshit.
Peking Ducks, and since it was a school bus stop, it's technically considered a school incident. Yes, absolutely. Anything within 200 yards, I believe, is a school
A
incident.
school bus stop is a special thing because a buddy of mine.
Or even
and-
on a school bus,
yeah,
same
yeah.
thing.
At the school bus stop when I was a kid, a couple of buddies of mine got into a fist fight. It was not only a school incident because it was a school bus stop. It's a civil incident that the police had to be involved because it was on public property.
Right.
So it's a
It's
double,
yeah,
double
exactly,
whammy.
exactly. Well, that's the same thing through the military, and then when you get released, you serve criminally. I mean,
One of my good friends, you can actually look. I'm not gonna like blow his spot up, but you can actually look it up in the newspaper. Ran one of the early online like message boards. He created them when it was like a thing,
Yeah.
and he knew a little bit about coding. And he created this message board called DigiPro, and you can look it up. And he just thought it'd be a cool place for kids in his school to have a place to talk. And the conversation escalated,
right.
like it does now,
Mm-hmm.
and the school didn't know how to deal with it. And there was this big debate and arguments because it was off school. It wasn't the school's jurisdiction, but they said, well, it's affecting kids in schools. It's their jurisdiction. Like, he almost got expelled over it. And it was like one of the earliest before social media was a thing because you didn't really have it. You just had these
No,
little.
you
Remember
had message boards.
GeoCities?
Yeah,
You had the
GeoCities,
GeoCities.
Prodigy, all these places where you could post that kind of
You
stuff.
can actually look up the story. Just look up DigiPro. It was in the newspaper.
Absolutely.
And it was like a big thing, and people immediately started bullying. Just like immediately. It was insane.
Well, it's just Seth Rollins brought up that fucking point, saying that he believes that everybody thinks that, what is it? Everybody's bullying the WWE right now because it's the cool thing to do. No, Seth Rollins, we're bullying the WWE because you suck right now. Okay, but no, it's the same idea. It gets twisted.
How is
You know what I'm saying?
critiquing the content of entertainment?
Thank you.
Bullying.
It's not.
Oh wait,
But that's the problem.
before
is
you know it, I'll
everybody,
be banned from that page
everybody
too.
thinks to a certain extent that it's bullying. And real quick, because I did ask for Lindsay to cut back on it. She said it was resolved in two ways: one physical and one karma.
Yes.
That, like I said, but it was resolved. Notice how she said it was resolved two ways.
There was a resolution
Physical,
one way or the
right,
other.
exactly. There was no reciprocation after the resolution, and that's my point going on with that. Is there is no reciprocation after that. If you are searching for reciprocation after there's a resolution from your bullying, this is the issue that we have. There's a stage: bullying, resolution, done. If there's reciprocation after the resolution, that's when you're fucked up, and that's when y'all don't have any other fucking issue on that.
All right, so I guess the answer to the question is the Lemmys is 20 years old. If I'm remembering correctly, the Lemmys.
Lemmy's dead.
Nope, the
Lemmy's dead.
The Lemmys
Let it go.
was a band. That band is Metallica, who dressed up as Lemmy. Don't try me. The Ayatollah of rock and roll lives on. Speaking of which,
Okay.
you got the bullying thing out of the way. Thank you so much. By the way, wherever you are and whoever you are, just fucking wait. I'm unloading.
You already
both
got in trouble
barrels.
for bullying. Stop.
I'm a bully
See,
the fuck
don't
out of
look for
people.
the reciprocation. The resolution has happened.
All right, Kenny Rogers, you want me to turn the other cheek now?
Yes, I do.
Coward of
actually.
the County Jones,
I do.
right here.
I do. How is that coward? How is that coward?
I'm just saying that was the name of the song.
Well, I know that, but how is that cowardly?
It's not really.
It's not. If you walk
Don't
away
fuck
from
with
this,
him. He drinks Moxie.
Yeah. See?
but if you don't
Put
fuck
some
with him,
licorice
is
and
my
motor
point.
oil up your
Look,
ass.
this guy felt bullied.
Oh,
Do you see what I'm?
No,
yeah,
he
I
felt
get you.
wrong, and that's the
I
exact.
get
Go
you.
ahead. I'm
but,
listening.
But he felt bullied, right?
I wish audio only could see my face right
Yeah, but he felt bullied,
now. Sure.
and he went to the parent Facebook,
Sure.
and you signed a certain thing when you went on Facebook,
Terms of
AKA
service.
right.
Yeah,
Your
terms of
And
parent.
nobody reads.
So your
I
parent.
read every word of it.
Your parent.
I'm so full of shit
You're
right
that
now.
guy.
I know you are because guess what? You just violated the terms of service, buddy.
And damn proud of it.
The parent Facebook smacked your pee-pee.
Mm-hmm.
That
You got
is-
zucked.
That is, yes, you got zucked. Whether
Yep.
you wanted to or not, you got zucked. That's the resolution. Do you agree?
I'll agree.
If you want to be back on Facebook, you have to go with that. And you can't bully anymore. If that means you have to stop going after these flat earthers, if that means you have to stop going after these no Trumpers, if this means you have to stop picking on the bearded truth, if that means you have to stop picking on Red Sox Nation and all the Sullys.
I rarely do that.
I'm
The
just
the Sullys? Okay, you win.
See?
Kyle Busch. let me put
No,
it
you
this
can have
way.
one. You can have one
right, so I can
because you haven't gotten booted from that yet.
No, I have
But
not.
see, the Sullys have turned you in, right?
Sullys have, well,
I'm pretty sure they have.
not on Facebook, but
In all these interactions, there's been one constant.
me.
You ever think it might be you?
No, never. Because there are more like me who
I'm
probably
just
go
saying.
through this shit.
I'm just saying, dude.
But thank you for pointing that
The
out, Eddie. I
resolution-
appreciate that so much.
The resolution has happened. You don't want to reciprocate, do you?
All right, I'm going to tell you a funny story. No, I don't, but I'm going to tell you a funny story. Just before I got the boot for 7 days,
Yeah.
friend of the show, Will Shabbat, introduced me to this Facebook page called Real Talk.
Real talk.
Leave your feelings at the door.
Oh, wait,
That's the
wait,
name
the one
of
that
it.
he's been trying to get booted out
No,
of?
the one he got booted out of.
Oh, nice.
Because he left his feelings at the door. Somebody said something. He said something back. They took this vote, and before I got a chance to vote, I'd got my 7-day ban for Trump fuck, or anti-Trump fuck, I should say, and he got booted. Well, if the name of your site, first of all, is Real Talk, leave your feelings at the door, somebody didn't leave their feelings at the door.
And you leave those feelings at the door, then
Thank you, Lindsay. Good night.
What do you expect?
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry.
If you're going to say this is where anything goes, and then you boot somebody because obviously everything doesn't go, you're lying. It's like our friend Cunton. I'm not going to go into what he does. You already know. If you haven't listened, go back to November 18th and find that episode. The name of his Facebook page with 125,000 retarded idiots who believe what he believes is called The Discussion. There is no discussion. It's an echo chamber. A lot like somebody else you brought up who I'm not allowed to fuck with anymore because heaven forbid I get banned for that too.
I mean,
but nobody
that's
wants an
their
echo
title.
chamber.
You remember the discussion we had a while ago when you were like, Final Fantasy, that's stupid. Why would you call it Final Fantasy
Well, when
if you have a Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 15,
Yes.
Final Fantasy 16?
Agreed.
But that was his Final Fantasy. That was his story. That's what he wanted to call it, right?
Yeah.
This is what they wanted to call it. The Discussion.
If we have a site called Yankees and Red Sox Discussion, well, you and me, we're different because, well, we're grown-ass adults.
Ban you in the first week.
Right, but see,
We're
you see what
grown-ass
you just
adults.
did there? Did you see what you
You
just
and I are
did there?
different. We're grown-ass adults. Not like any echo chamber. You could say to me all day long,
Look,
the Yankees suck balls and fuck little boys.
They might be Canadian women with scrotums. No, hear me out. They might be
all right,
snowflakes.
Max, this one's for you, bro.
They might be snowflakes. But the bottom line is they have a voice, okay? Albeit it might be a stupid voice, but they still have a voice. If we start taking away the voices of the little people, you're going to have to take away the voices of the big people, and soon no one's going to be able to speak.
I'm gonna address Peking Duck, and you'll never be Patty to me. You'll always be Peking Duck. I don't care if I meet you in person.
We figured out the mystery.
Right.
It's Peking, and then she got a picture of a duck. We
Right.
got that mystery.
So
that's mystery solved. Sorry.
Whenever we do a live gimmick, which we're still trying to figure out SummerSlam right now or WrestleMania or
Yeah,
wherever.
we'll never. We will not. Mark my. I
You'll
will
always
never
be
go to
Peking
Pistol
Duck.
Pete's. I will never.
Well.
I just said it live. Okay,
Okay.
not gonna happen.
Well, I guess we're not going to Pistol Pete's for
No.
SummerSlam. We're still working on the deck. We'll work on everything.
No,
Gotcha.
we are not. No,
Gotcha. She says, be the bigger person and just let it go.
that's true. Let it go. Let it go. Go home
Well,
and get.
I will say
blowed.
this, Peking Duck. I'm going to follow your advice, but my bit of advice to Scumfuck Jones, who turned me in because he said things like "fuck your mother" and all that stuff, I might not get you, but karma will.
Yeah, exactly, man. Karma,
Go fuck your own
karma
mother.
is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Mhm.
And for those of you who don't believe in karma, go ahead and fuck with it. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
I just dare you. Fuck with karma. Because karma, and the funny thing about karma is,
It only applies if you're Hindu.
no, karma, no. You fuck, okay, buddy. Okay, you've come across karma a few times. And whether you want to admit it or not, I've seen it, okay? And if you want, after the show, I'll point them out to you, okay? So don't Hindu me with that bullshit.
I'll be in the
karma
car, I'll
is
be in the
very
car
much
with the
fucking
engine
real.
running.
And not only is karma very much fucking real, it knows no time.
Mhm.
In other words, it'll come back for you. If you
God,
want
I
to
can't
fuck
wait
with
for
it,
certain people to have karma
if
knock
you
on
want
their
to
door.
fuck with it, ask for it. It'll come sooner. It
Mhm.
really will. It's one of those things.
One thing that came to my mind as you're saying all this is the. You remember the scene in The Dark Knight where he's got Harvey Dent's in the hospital bed, half his face is all chewed off, and
Yep.
there's the Joker, and he says, "Let's introduce chaos," and he flips the coin. He says, "You know what the beautiful thing about chaos is? It's fair.
Yeah.
Karma is
Well,
fair."
it's we brought up the same thing about Thanos with the snap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is he a madman? Yes, but did he have kind of a point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it goes with that. Chaos is very much the same thing. It don't matter if you're a doctor. It don't matter if you're going to bring world peace. It doesn't matter if you're a rapist.
Bring tacos. That's all we have.
It's right down the middle. It's
Mhm.
right down. There is no
It's fair.
choosing. There is no choosing. You
You'll
can't be turned around. But I will eventually solve the hunger. it don't matter. Thanos
Right.
chose you, you're dust.
It's a lot like look, everybody knows I'm somewhat religious, much more than you guys are. And
A
I hear
lot more.
people-
I think if you combine us, you probably
like,
still more
right?
than us.
I think
And
I'm so non-religious.
Hold
it
on.
takes your
Hold on.
religious away.
Yeah, I
from
was
me.
gonna say. I think there's that much religion between both
Okay.
of us.
But I hear people
In
say
that
all the
camp.
time, oh, if God
Come here,
loves,
goat.
if God loves us all, why did He give my granddad cancer? If God loves us all, why did that little kid get hit by a car? I don't have those answers.
Because he's not there.
But, you know,
Pretty simple.
I always say there's a plan for everything. There was a plan why we were not in the same room for 25 fucking years, although we were this close to each other for all of those years, yet here we are.
I named that kid.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte, I named that kid. You know I named that kid.
Shout out to Charlotte. Shout out to
I think you might
Heather.
have played a role in that.
My God, no. God, no. I
No.
would, Hell's Bells. That was her
Wow.
nickname. Remember? Hell's Bells.
Mm-hmm.
Because her nickname was Bells between Dawn and I used to
Oh, God.
Hell's
Here we go. Now I'm having flashbacks.
I thought Kelly was Bells.
No.
No.
Kelly had a
His-
different. Heather.
Yeah, Heather
Hi.
was Bells.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
Heather was definitely Bells.
moving right along. Fantastic. Anybody have the laugh track from Archie Bunker just came on? Ed, do you have anything you want to add?
I think we beat this bullying thing to
Yeah.
death.
Yeah, we've talked about bullying so much, but
If you're on Facebook, continue bullying. I'm behind you 1,000%.
No, I mean to wrap it up though, like I said, it sucks. It sucks that they did.
I will throw out one point. So the thing, what happens more often now, and I've noticed on social media, is there's a certain group of people that just feel they have the moral high ground in a certain discussion, and it doesn't matter what they say.
No.
You remember the whole, it's okay to punch Nazis thing? But then again, everybody who's to the right of Mao is a Nazi.
Right, exactly. So I'm gonna go
So-
punch my mama.
Exactly. Maybe she likes
I said
low taxes,
right,
so
I said
she's a Nazi.
something-
Punch
Yeah,
her.
exactly.
I
Go
said
punch my
something a
mama.
couple
Yeah,
months
go
ago.
punch my mama. Go look at my mama and go
Yeah,
punch my
Your
mama.
mama would punch back, and that's what I love about it.
That's your ass, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
Your ass is grass, and she's got the
That's
mower.
why I love
Do-
that
do you know-
fucking.
do you know
I don't
how-
like Justin Bieber, but I love that
Just
fucking
put it out
line of
there.
that song.
Do you know
My
how
mama
many-
don't like you,
And
and
she
she
likes
likes everyone.
everyone.
That is my mom.
I
in
said
a
something a
fucking
couple
nutshell.
months ago about AOC online, which
Oh,
if I
geez.
didn't have the 7-day ban, I put something that I see about AOC up every day. And somebody says, there's 2 reasons you hate AOC. I won't mention.
One, she's a woman.
Wait, no.
And 2, she has a vagina.
I won't mention his name because it was a
wow,
man.
the fact that that's got to be separate things now.
Yeah, right? It does. In Canada, obviously.
Got it.
Canadian Scrotum Jones. That's a great name for a band, by the way.
Write that down.
The gentleman, Canadian Scrotum Jones.
Yeah, that could be the Loki and Jabroni cover band.
my
Get-
God.
We'll get an in-studio band. That's gonna be
Right.
the name of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Canadian Scrotum Jones, take us out. So he says to me, and I won't mention his name because he's still a friend and his birthday just went by, so you know who you are. You know why you hate AOC? This is, oh Christ, here it comes. Why, sir, do I hate AOC? 1, she wants the country to move forward.
With blinders.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the other part? She's a beautiful woman. Like,
With
neither of those
3
points are
beers
true.
inside of you. Go ahead.
Can I just
3
point out?
beers? That's 30 rack attack right there.
Can I just put out
30 rounds.
that thing he mentioned is probably the only thing I do like about her. I would totally throw it in her. I won't lie.
I can't say that
3
it hasn't-
beers.
Can't say that it hasn't crossed my mind. It would take a hell of a lot because she eventually to get to that point, you have to talk to her.
No, you got to gag her. Easy.
I feel as though
That's rape, dude.
No, it's not.
You have to talk
some
to
people
her to
like
get.
that.
You can't. It's not like dogs who just walk up and start fucking each other.
You just no. That's you didn't say it was a whole dating thing. You just said, "Would you like to fuck her?" It's the same idea. Like, would you like to fuck Eve Mendez? Yes. It doesn't.
Eva
it's-
Longoria, maybe. but-
Whatever. You know, whoever your Eve is, it doesn't matter.
the rapper Eve is
my
quite
point
sexy.
is, it's there. This is a fantasy. You know what I'm saying? It's a fantasy. And in a fantasy, that's exactly what you're doing. You're meeting in a place and you're fucking. There is no dinner beforehand. There is no.
My response was simple. 1, whatever she looks like doesn't matter to me. The fact that
You're
you
hitting it
say,
from behind anyways, right?
The fact that you say she wants to move the country forward and progress, give me 6 reasons how. Never got a response. The fact that she opens her mouth and just the dumbest shit pours out of it is why I hate her. And there were 300,000 idiots in her area that voted for her. And now they all have to live this nightmare with us.
She's in trouble, though. Have you seen her Republican challenger for 2020?
I did not.
Oh, let's talk about her.
Please do. Welcome Eddie Focus back to the show. I'm going to tweak my nipples while he does this so I get my AOC. He's yelling from the other room. I love it. Love it. Leave space for me.
Okay.
Go ahead. What do we got? Well, Eddie's doing that.
So,
okay, go ahead.
All right, you folks won't be able to see this, but they're saying her new challenger shouldn't thrill conservatives, yada, yada, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, her name is Cherie Murray.
That name sounds familiar.
Okay, she is also from Queens. She's in that district. And
she's a former city councilwoman, isn't she?
I will quote libertarian guy I follow, Eric July, when he was excited about Monica Rambeau being cast for her future Marvel movie.
Okay.
We got a sister.
Yeah.
So
probably smarter than AOC on her best
she
day.
is actually. She's getting flack from conservatives because when AOC was elected, she just made a Twitter statement saying congratulations and I'm optimistic for the future, yada yada.
Okay.
Totally fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Sounds pretty magnanimous to me.
Right. And so, but anyone who followed AOC for the first 3 months of her term would definitely change their tune, and she has. So she's going to challenge her in 2020.
Good. She got my. If I lived there, she had my vote.
There's rumor that there are some Democrats that might primary her.
A bag of sand could run against AOC. I'd vote for the bag of sand.
But
that one speech she made when the whole Green New Deal, whatever bullshit she tried to put out there, and by the way, none of her Republican constituents, she's on the left.
a Democrat.
She's a Democrat. Sorry, I corrected myself, and thank you again. Nobody voted for it, but she says, well, this is the
They
deal.
didn't vote at all.
Yeah, exactly. And she came out and she did that little town hall meeting. Says, well, everybody thinks they have a voice, but as long as I'm in this office, I'm the boss. Turned off everybody in the party, turned off every one of her constituents. Yeah. If somebody said that to me, it'd be like double kickstands right in the eye.
Any politician who uses the phrase towards the American people, I'm in charge, in a republic.
You want to give all the shit you want to Trump, and most of it's rightfully so, but I've never heard him say,
He says Sherry was
boss.
a former Democrat. Well, that's fine.
Jamaican immigrant, former okay,
she challenges AOC. I don't give a shit.
Rock and roll. She can never be president, unfortunately. But again, I don't care. Look, we've rattled off people I hate, and Mike brought up some names. But here's one that would shock you. If he was American, if Chad Kroeger of Nickelback ran against AOC, I'd vote for Nickelback. That's how much I dislike that bitch. And I'm saying I'm gonna bully her right now. AOC, you want to come
I'd vote
around?
for AOC.
Well, yeah, it would hurt my feelings, but
actually, I turned the gun on myself.
Yeah, right. You said, "Hey," I just can't. AOC.
Here's
every time she opens her mouth, she raises the level of stupidity so high.
I don't say much about AOC because I'll only talk about politicians when their argument is like completely flawed and there's something I can do to attack it.
AOC.
She opens her mouth and then kills her own case in the same phrase, so I feel no need. The one thing she did, though, that I found makes her Trump-like.
Oh.
Yeah, I hope you're listening. She's Trump-like in this regard, where she actually used this statement that the facts shouldn't be as important as...
I remember that.
How'd you say it? The facts shouldn't be as important as the intent or the goal or whatever. Because they were attacking her about facts she was totally wrong about, like why they put term limits on presidents. She was half right.
Well, I bet our little friend is probably jerking off to AOC pictures right now. The facts shouldn't be important.
The facts shouldn't matter as much as the message or whatever.
Oh, Jesus.
So who says that? Our fucking president really says that. What did they come up with? Alternative facts?
Alternative fact.
So her
false facts, fake news. Speaking of false facts, happy birthday, Billy Fuller, my stepson.
Her and those other, they call them the fresh faces there. that
Yeah.
Trump is in some hot water with, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was bad on him. He shouldn't say shit like that. I get pissed off when anybody
Hot
says
dog.
leave the country.
Was it good?
It wasn't bad.
And
All right.
speaking as a liberty-minded man who has been told more times than he can count to move to Somalia, you know,
Whoa!
yeah,
I've told people to move to Canada, but Somalia?
it's a thing. They tell libertarians to move to Somalia because Somalia,
Jamaican immigrant.
Somalia is
and I believe
virtually-
she was a former Democrat.
Right.
yeah, that AOC's challenger. Somalia is almost virtual anarchy. They don't really have a good. They might have a government structure,
Well-
but there's no elections or anything like that.
They have the choice to come here, but this is where we're going to get maybe a little more bullying
Four
bullshit
Max.
going on. Max, he's on 4. I'm on 4. I'm about to go for 5 in a minute because this is going to piss me off.
Whoa!
Yes.
Slow down.
Yes. Yes.
Easy there, Tiger.
Okay.
We got a whole lot of AOC
Recently,
to cover.
a church in the South caught some shit for having a sign out front that said "America, love it or leave it,"
Oh.
which people have been saying.
All right,
for
guys,
200
I gotta
fucking
leave
years.
YouTube.
All
I got
right.
15%.
People have been saying this for fucking years, right?
Yeah, it's been a thing.
Now, we have the whole thing with AOC, going back to AOC and going to the ICE internment camps. You had the young lady in front of, on a video recently, in front of the ICE camp where a couple of retarded college students, and I'm going to say retarded because they are retarded, not in the way that is offensive. These idiots are fucking idiots. And she's asking them questions, and the young lady is clapping up and down and getting in her face. I don't have to answer your question. Answer my question. Oh, Jesus, here we go again.
No.
They want it
They
both
think
ways.
they have the moral
Right.
high ground.
And then the one guy gets in the face of the camera and just looks in and goes, fuck the troops. No. First of all, horseshit. You have freedoms for a reason. I'm not going to get into that whole debate. You want to come into this country? Do it legally. You come in, you go to your consulate, you say, I want asylum and I want to become a U.S. citizen. Okay, here's what you have to do. You have X amount of time. Manny Ramirez, Boston Red Sox. He's here on a work visa. He's playing baseball. He loves the country. He goes, he does the right thing. He becomes a United States citizen. I am in the stands for that game, Red Sox, Yankees. When those boys took the field, and he runs out with the American flag. I have never, in the history of my life, stood up on my feet and given a standing ovation to any Red Sox player, especially one that I hate, and I hate Man Ram. But that man ran out, and they told the story on this big screen before the game. Stood up and clapped my ass off for him.
Yeah.
Good on you.
I got about
Good on you.
10% of the people that work in my company right now that have actually went through the legal process of becoming legal citizens.
Good
the rest
on
of
them.
Here's
The rest of
thing.
them are not.
Here's the thing
Fuck them.
that's not talked about with those the ice cages, and that sucks. You know who built those, by the way?
Obama.
Exactly. And
Duh.
he even said he was going to do that.
Mhm.
Him saying that, but
Didn't you want to
Obviously.
reopen Gitmo at one point when
No.
Bush shut it down?
no, Gitmo's been open.
I was
No,
gonna say,
Okay,
I don't think it
okay.
ever
don't,
closed,
don't
right?
trigger me on Gitmo.
No,
No,
it
wait,
didn't
wait,
even
wait.
close, dude.
Okay.
You notice there's no Gitmo talk now that motherfucker's out of office?
Right.
Exactly.
One of his big core promises nobody brings up.
Uh-huh.
And Republicans won't bring it up because they didn't want Gitmo to close.
Exactly.
So I
It never closed.
But Bush wanted to shut it down.
Never closed.
I'm saying horseshit to the Bush wanted to close it down. No, his administration built Gitmo.
Okay, maybe I'm misremembering. Somebody wanted to shut it down.
Read Fool's Errand. The
Okay.
time to end the war in Afghanistan. Follow Scott Horton.
Will do.
Okay, it'll totally change
Oh, yeah,
the way
was
you
that
view
like-
it. Anything.
like-
Oh, then it's
$3
going to change my view on
million
Bush.
worth of gold just disappear.
Right.
Oh, the you're thinking of Iraq.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it totally-
Poof, gone.
The kids, the people that are in those ICE detention centers actually are going through asylum processes, and they got to go before a judge. That's the
Doing
thing.
the right thing.
And
They're not sneaking in the middle
what
of
they
the
don't
night.
understand, and this is the thing that the Democrats and them said wouldn't happen happened. There was a rush at the border,
Right.
which and fucking kills me to say it, but Trump was right about that. It's like there's a mad rush coming to the border. I need money, and they're constantly asking for more money for those facilities, and they're constantly getting shut down.
Right.
So there's a couple options, and they've run a couple of them options. It's like, okay, well, this is what normally happens under Obama's catch and release. They would never show up for their court date.
Most wouldn't.
Right. Because they could be denied.
Right.
Would you?
Yeah,
So-
that's why I said most wouldn't.
Right. So this has been the options. Like, well, we have one option. We can hold them, which is the law. The law is to hold them.
Mhm.
So we're fofollowing the law
Until
as
they're
it's
properly
written.
vetted.
Right. Okay. And everyone's like, oh, fucking concentration camps. Come off it.
Horse
It's
shit.
offensive to the Jews.
Don't
that
even
went through
hit the
that
button.
shit.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
that
you.
actually went through that
Yeah,
shit.
so don't fucking, or the Japanese that got locked up by a Democrat president.
Or just because of their name. They were American citizens and
Oh, yeah.
still
And
got
forget
fucking
the-
locked
forget
up.
If
the
your,
German
if your name was
Americans-
Jimmy Wing back in the 40s,
You were locked.
Yeah,
Your
and-
family was
I was-
relocated.
Yeah.
I was born in Brooklyn. No, you weren't, Slant. Get in the
nobody
thing. And
talks
that's what they
about-
would say. No
Yeah.
offense. Look, I'm not trying to trigger anybody, but that's what they say. Fuck you, Slant. Get in the cage.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, too, and nobody talks about this. The German Americans, they didn't get locked in camps, but they were forced to carry papers, and some of them actually had to have something pinned
Right.
to their jacket.
The Star of David
Not
was
a star,
fucking.
but they
well,
had to have
I
an
know, but that's the whole idea. The
identification
whole
on
idea
there.
of the Star of David
Yeah.
was they would actually have that shit pinned
Yeah,
to
so
them.
we did have our own shit, and it
Yeah.
was all done by a Democrat president.
Exactly. No, we
So
did. We
fucking-
were assholes. We were very much dickheads to the
Well, I
fucking
think-
Japanese American people.
I've always
and
said-
there a lot of them were doctors, lawyers, people
own
that
property,
actually
they
yeah,
lost their
exactly.
property.
They fucking it was bullshit how we treated them.
Which actually fucking drives me nuts with George Takei all the time because he licks the boots of these people. I'm like,
Yes.
these are the people that
That
locked your
fucked
family
you
up.
dude.
That is the textbook definition of Stockholm syndrome.
But he's also so high in the social media
I know what
that
it is.
if he does
'Cause-
something wrong, it gets dropped.
Well, here's
down.
the thing. Plus,
Plus
like
he's-
someone tried to accuse him of something that easily got smacked down.
Yeah.
I don't think he did anything. I think someone was just trying to jump on the bandwagon.
Right.
We're getting slightly off topic here, but so the other option, if not to hold these people, is to slap ankle bracelets on them, and they're like, "Oh, no, you can't do that." Then did you make them look like criminals? I'm like, what do you want? What do you want? They just want
Aren't
us to
they
let
criminals? Aren't they criminals if they are
They're
essentially
criminals if they do not show up for their court date.
Right.
And the crime as it is equivalent to a fine.
Right.
But you get
But no, it's still
get sent
no.
out.
Whoa. Because failure to appear is one of the worst crimes that you could ever fucking do. Trust me on that.
Yeah,
one.
because you're basically giving the finger to the system, saying,
Right.
I don't need to show up. Eat
right.
shit.
And then all of a sudden, guess what? That whole free bail thing is gone.
well the actual crime of crossing the border illegally on the scale it adds up to a fine, but they kick you out and you can't come back for 10 years.
Yep.
Right.
So the failure to
And they'll
appear
still
court
find a
thing
way.
is probably
It's happened a million times. The gentleman in our hometown, Norwich, killed a woman.
Mm-hmm.
He just... Did you see they're giving him a new trial or something because they did an illegal search on his place? He
Mm-hmm.
was already kicked out once, had the 10-year ban. He came back after 6
Mm-hmm.
and killed a woman, but they did this illegal search. Now he's free. Free!
Yeah.
Proven he killed this
well,
woman.
that just proves my 80-20 rule about cops.
Wait, well, all right, that one I'll buy.
80 of them are dicks, 20 of them
Here's
are
the thing.
good.
Here's the thing, and I've said this before. I know we
Max.
have some disagreements on this. Your
Max,
rights are
that's
not
5.
Your rights are not earned.
You
They're
already, you already
inherent.
called that one. He knew.
Rights aren't earned, they're inherent. You're born with them. And we are a country that recognizes natural rights, and it doesn't matter who you are, which is why these people get due process. If a bunch of illegal immigrants cross the border and you grab a fully automatic machine gun and mow them down, you're still going to jail for murder here
Right.
because they still have rights.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know?
they're humans.
Basic human
Exactly.
rights.
You have the
Yes.
right to live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
The thing is, we have what's constitutionally protected rights, and so yes, illegally searching their home is a violation of those rights.
Right.
Because if they make exceptions for one person,
And I'm not saying...
then let me finish.
Go ahead.
Then you know how they use marijuana for an excuse for everything. Now it's going to be like, I suspected Michael Smith wasn't a citizen, so I searched his car. Well, yeah, he doesn't look like one. Look at him.
That's great.
Yeah.
Illegal search
I've
and
gotten
seizure.
that. No, I've gotten
So,
that before. I've
yeah,
gotten
it
pulled over
sucks
because
about
they
that-
thought I was
It
Puerto
sucks
Rican.
about that girl that was murdered.
Mhm.
It sucks that he's free. However, we need to be consistent on that practice.
No, I agree with
exactly.
that. And, knowing...
But
that,
he shouldn't have come over here.
Knowing that, number one, yes. Number two, knowing that department, like I know that department, it's gotten really bad over
Yeah.
the years. The come up has been
You know
great.
what's gotten
but-
bad is the everyday cost of living. So people are taking more and more bribes.
Mhm.
People are taking more and more bonuses.
You can blame
if
the Federal
you will.
Reserve for that.
Yeah, shortcuts, etc. So
The
forth.
Federal
It is, yeah,
Reserve
exactly.
and the money dumped into the system is what
No, I can't
devalues
remember-
money.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I can't remember what state he's from, but a cop just got somewhere in the Midwest.
Oh, for planting the drugs?
Yes, you saw that story. And they catch him on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the body cam. Nobody's done shit, and that's not just a one cop thing. That's an entire department thing. That's a corrupt town.
Oh,
Here's the
fuck
thing,
yeah.
too. In all those cases, if you look at them each one by one, they all made that fatal flaw. They let him search their car.
Yeah.
Don't listen to what the fucking cop says.
No,
You don't have a warrant.
I do
you don't
not
search
consent to
shit.
search. You just
Yeah.
say, I do not consent to searches.
Right.
That way, even if he searches your car, no matter what he finds, it's irrelevant.
I could have a
Exactly.
trunk full of
And he would
cocaine.
know
Unless
that.
you have a warrant, you ain't getting in.
Right.
And leading back to the loss of the dollar, I've went out. This is gonna be my fourth trip to Germany.
Yes.
Every single time I've went out there, the cost of the fucking dollar has dropped. Like when I first went out there,
Yeah.
the euro was worth, the dollar was worth something. I
Yeah.
think it was like for every dollar, I got like 2.5 euros.
Mhm.
That was in 96 when
I was at the height, yeah.
And then since then, it has dropped dramatically. Like it's like, I think it's like I get like 90. I think it's like 90 euros for a buck now. I think, or no, yeah, or 85. I think it's 85 euros for a buck now. Is the it's
Well, at one time I went to Canada. It was a fucking shit show because I used my debit card everywhere, not thinking. And then I got charged for like a foreign transaction fee. I'm like, motherfucker, it's 50 yards from New York. I was in fucking Niagara Falls.
Doesn't matter.
My bank at the time was TD Bank. And I'm like, that's fucking Canadian
that
bank.
is a Canadian bank.
Hashtag exchange rate Jones.
After that, I was just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. That's when I switched to Liberty Bank.
Going back to that story we were just talking about, Peking Duck comes in, says the news article said his lease was up and it was not renewed, and the police asked the landlord to let him in. Still an illegal search and seizure. They do not have a warrant.
The landlord has to notify you.
Yes.
24
24 hours in
entering your
advance.
apartment.
Even
before
if your lease is up, you lived there.
It
Right.
becomes month to month as soon as it's up.
Actually,
And
exactly.
If he wants to get rid of you, he has
Unless-
to evict you.
Right, exactly. Unless it's going through an eviction process, and at that
Yeah.
point, you still have rights as a
Right.
squatter, as anything else in Connecticut.
Person,
trust me.
place, and
Squatters
effect.
suck.
Oh God, they're fucking horrible. They're fucking
Doesn't
terrible.
my mom know?
Sorry about your mom.
I think a
Hi,
few
Mom.
people know what a squatter is. Okay,
I haven't been. You know, nobody's been in that house either since she first got it back. I can only imagine.
I don't even want to know.
Miss you,
man,
Deb.
'cause We started moving some of that shit
it probably
out. and-
it probably looks like the blood plague from State of Decay. Too. It's all like growing and
That's horrible.
Ugh.
That's horrible. I used to get lost in those fucking houses all the time, man.
Man, it sucks.
I'm stuck. I can't find the heart.
the lesson, kids, is if anybody from Waterbury wants to rent a room from you, you tell them no.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And not only that, no, do not let them in your house
Well-
because once they become a part of your house, they're
Yeah.
not leaving. The minute they get mail,
Especially in
they're
Connecticut.
not. Yes.
Right? Lecherous
Connecticut,
motherfuckers.
bad.
Connecticut has
squatters.
the worst squatter rules.
Yes, they do.
Ever, dude. They like, come on. Like, I understand you don't want people to be homeless. Like, I get that, but motherfucker, like, if they are like living like leeches off of somebody, that's
I know somebody whose family owned a building that they weren't using. They used to have a business out of it, and the business went under.
Yeah.
They still own the building, and they get a letter out of nowhere, certified, like was delivered by a sheriff, saying, "Hey, you need to turn the utilities back on in this building." And they're like, "Why? It's all locked up and everything." And it's like, "Well, you got people living there."
yeah.
And they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" They go down there. People
Just
moved
fucking,
into
like,
this
yeah,
retail
like
space.
like yeah,
And
12,
they're like,
12
"I
fucking.
didn't move these people in." He's like, "Well, they're there."
Honey.
And it's like,
They're getting mail. Yeah.
it's like, but they broke in.
Right?
It's-
Baby, you can sleep in the cooler. I'm going to sleep on the register. It's all good, baby. It's all
Exactly.
good.
They said to him because they'd been there for an X amount of time. Now they had to put the power and the hot water and shit back on.
yeah.
And it's like, well, how do I get rid of these people? Like, oh, you got a victim. He's like, a victim? I don't have an agreement. They broke in.
Right? Doesn't matter.
Like, you have proof that they broke in? I'm like, I did not.
You see that space, Sheriff? You see that space right there? Yeah. That used to be a window. Now it's an open space. They broke that motherfucker.
But
Can you prove it?
where devil's advocate, where it was their fault, they hadn't really maintained the property in months. So if you own a property like that, even if it's not in use, you should be checking it out all
Right.
the time.
Right,
Like
right.
somebody could probably have moved into my mom's house and we don't fucking know.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That'd be just great.
You'll
Oh
find
no,
out.
they would
You'll
know.
find out
no,
when she gets a
absolutely.
certified letter
people,
saying
people
turn
looking
your
for a
shit
house,
on.
man.
I will-
I'll tell you what, man. It's
I will tell her to burn it to the ground.
we've
if that's
taught
the
we
case.
I know, right, dude? Fuck yeah. At that point, yeah, start
I
from
was like,
square
just
one.
burn- just
Fuck
burn it to
yeah,
the ground,
dude.
collect the
Fuck
insurance
yeah.
money.
Right.
Ah,
People
great.
at this
Evidence is
point
all
are
here
doing
now.
anything
There
to.
you go.
It's all about easy living, man.
It sucks.
I don't know if you guys right here, Bacchus Hospital,
Norwich, Connecticut, yeah.
right? there's that little 4-way intersection.
Oh, God.
And there's 3 homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter, dude. Don't matter what day it is, what time of day it is, what condition it is.
Pass by going to work all the time.
3 people always there. They're always different.
Yeah.
It's either the middle-aged blonde woman, the black guy, the middle-aged white guy.
With the dog.
He's over
always,
at Walmart.
Oh, that's right.
He's
that's
over
right.
at Walmart.
He's a scam.
Yes.
And his brother is a friend of mine who will tell
Naturally.
people, he's a scam.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say one of these other girls, same thing. The middle-aged blonde is also a scam. Somebody posted recently, I think it was one of the social media. I forget what it was, but I was like, oh my God, I fucking know that person. I've seen that person. I've seen people actually give money to that fucking person.
Then you see him
Dude,
whip out their iPhone.
It was worse than that. This lady followed her back, and she was parking at Bacchus Hospital. She got into a fucking Chrysler it was like a 2011, dude. Like way better than the car I'm fucking driving.
Why should I work for a living when I can stand on a corner and make $200 a day?
And this is the world that we live in right now, dude. This is the world that we live in. You could throw out a sad, sad sign. You know the worst part about it is I've actually given money to this guy. Like, and not this is the worst part, but he deserved it. He actually has a sign, and you know what? Maybe he is playing me for a fool, but I believe that he's actually telling me the truth. There's this one guy that occasionally will be at that Bacchus area, and he holds up a sign and says, "Veteran, anything you can help with, God bless." And he's got the tats and everything, and he's probably about our age.
Yep.
He's probably about our age. I just can see in his eyes. I just kind of almost feel like
The hurt?
right, like almost the shame of being out there. I think that's the word, shame. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't want to be out there, dude. He wants nothing to be out there. But if he's not out there, he's not getting money.
If he's not hustling, he's not making it.
Right. But then you see these other people out there, and it's like, I can go get a job right now. And you know what? Maybe the veteran can get a job, but maybe he can't. Maybe the PTSD is so fucking strong.
Maybe the VA has failed him.
Right. Or I'm just saying, like, maybe he did see so much combat that just maybe too many people around him at once fucks with him. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what brought him to that point. You know what I'm saying? Point is, he's one of those guys that actually can benefit from that system, but he doesn't. Why? Because his pride is too big. The shame that he has is too big. He doesn't want to take that step because in his heart, that's wrong.
Right.
To get something free is wrong, but it's not. You deserved it, bro. You fought. You gave us our freedom. Like you need it more than these people. These motherfuckers out there that are just like you said, this guy with the husky. And it's funny because Alex said the same thing. He's like, that dog looks phenomenal for being a homeless
So does
guy.
he.
Right. And he looks, regardless, I will. Yeah. Good point. Good point.
He looks like he's got his fitness
most people are like
corner, and I've got my sign, and you throw me a box of Ritz crackers. Am I going to be bent out of shape because they're not the fully salted ones or the low salt?
No.
Hell no.
I'm just gonna be like, can I get some water with these? Because I'm
gonna tear that up like the all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Fuck that.
And the other thing, Alex brought up another good point. That dog's not on a leash.
No, he's a well-trained dog.
Exactly.
I've been by that guy a million times. I know his name. I won't do it. I cannot say his name.
I know.
You probably know him because you probably went to school with him. And when we get off the air, remind me. I'm gonna write that shit down right now.
Look at your daughter.
You got some Where's my daughter? What in the act? Come here. Come here. Come here. You want to come down here like this? You're going to go YouTube Jones. This is my kid. Full retard. Here we go. Dressed like a hot dog. You see this shit? That's my 11-year-old.
Where did you even find a hot dog?
Come back.
Where did you even find a hot dog costume?
Where did you find that?
In Anna's room.
It was in Anna's room, and you just decided,
she was
hey,
a hot dog last Halloween.
I'm just going to put this on and come downstairs and dick around, right?
No, I just wanted to dance.
Well, there you go. Now you're live in front of people. Good job. Nice job. Wow.
That's your kid, bro.
Yeah.
Don't let your babies grow up to be hot dogs.
Oh God!
It could be worse.
What in the hell did I do wrong?
It could be
Oh,
worse.
you did great,
That
man.
could be her
You did great.
strippogram costume or
You see
That's
what
something.
she just
true.
did? She just put on a costume to entertain the people.
That's true.
She could be an edgelord right now, up there cutting herself, trying to get attention. But you know how she got it? She dressed as a hot dog and came down here and
This is like-
danced.
She could probably make
Yo.
$300 on the corner down by Walmart.
See, she identifies as a hot dog, and we need to respect her choice.
Oh, here we go. You know, I'm just gonna do it.
There are 57 types of hot dogs. She identifies as a kosher friend.
Hashtag Canadian
as a
Scrotum
Nathan's.
Jones.
But
Canadian
to close
hot
up on the
dogs.
whole homeless thing,
Right.
it's just like you said, how easy it is to go out there. Works. I mean, just stand there.
Do you remember the story Joe Laurinaitis told us back on that episode where we interviewed him back in 1863 about Hawk? They're getting off the plane. Hawk and Animal are getting off the plane, and they go out and they get their rental car, and there's the homeless guy, and Hawk's just peeling off hundreds
Yeah.
and handing it to the homeless guy, and Joe's like, Hawk, what the fuck are you doing? That guy can get out and work for it, and he says if he's got the guts to come out here and beg, he's a better man than I am. He deserves that money. Now you're talking $300-400. These guys are making $5,000 a night. Hawk
Yeah.
just like, here's $300. God bless you, my friend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, see that's a testament to Hawk, though. I mean, he.
Yeah, God bless him.
You know, it's the people that deserve it, though. I'm like, man, I can
He
devil's
was
advocate.
also probably going to make 25 times that night.
Yeah,
so.
I was like,
Right.
I can devil's advocate myself all day long.
You
You
could.
know, I mean,
Well, it's
it's a matter of pride, dude. It's a
Sure.
matter of shame. Can you do it? Would you be able to do it? Let me ask you
Can't
that.
say that
Let's
I could.
flip this around
Push-
the table.
Push comes to shove, maybe, and that's a big maybe.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm going to people's houses and I'm like, can I paint for you? I'm telling you, that's my shame. Like, I'm knocking
Yeah.
on people's doors and being like, yo, what do you need me to do around your house?
The guys,
I don't think I could sit.
the guy in Jewett
You
City.
know how I
right?
feel about it. I think you should be able to, if you lose everything, lose your job, whatever, you should be able to spray paint taxi on the side of your car and pick people up.
No hack license
Not have
needed.
to pay $1 million for a fucking plate,
Right?
and that's how you get people out of
Bingo.
poverty.
If people
How
can
many
get a
homeless
hold
people
of
have
you,
cars that can't do that?
Right.
Because of the law.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
and that's a
Nathan
good
Thompson
point.
lives
You
in
know
his
what?
car.
That's a
Fuck
good
him.
point. I mean, hell, if they
No, it's true.
if they can get a hold of you, whether it be by flagging you down or by calling your cell phone, and you make legit money off of it, you're not living off the state. You're not living off of fucking
What
other
you do
people.
is you look for a millennial with a phone, you pull up, and be like, you waiting for an Uber? I'll
Yeah.
undercut him.
Yeah.
yeah. What
What are you
do
gonna
they-
pay?
What do they
28?
offer?
I'll do it for 20.
Nah, I'll do exactly.
Save $8 now. All right, we got to end this on a high note because we've been bullying and
I
scrotuming
think
and
people needed to hear it, man.
probably.
I think they needed a reminder of.
but I think we need to smile.
I will say, if you care about the homeless, don't make the minimum wage 15 an hour.
Pretty much. We've taught our girls. We put together homeless packages and go down to soup kitchens and whatever. And there's deodorant and toothpaste and a little mini toothbrush and just here's like 6 care packages. Spread it out. And we want to teach our girls how to care about others, and that's what we do. And I'm not ashamed of it. I think it's a great thing to do.
Yeah, and the fucking state's in the way.
Unfortunately, you're right. Does anybody come on?
I'm of a singular logic.
Yeah, I know,
talk
I-
about something that's going to
I
make you
agree, dude.
smile.
Trust me, I hate this state.
Oh,
I
God.
am.
You
I could- if I could
couldn't
nuke
buy,
it, I
like,
would.
thir-
Can
you
we
couldn't
can we
buy
just talk
30
about the
pizzas
fact
for
that
homeless people. I'll get in
20% of people have left Connecticut in the
Yes.
last 2 years? 20%.
Yep.
Do the fucking math. We used to be the most.
and there's less babies born.
Yes. Oh yeah.
That's
well,
dropped drastically.
That's we've known about that. Millennials just don't want to have babies, and can you blame them?
No.
I mean, they're expensive as fuck. Number one. I mean, hell, my boys are teens now. Thank fucking God. But if I had to do with the fucking like pay for all the shit that I was paying for back then, now
Well, some
think
of them,
about- think
some of them
about-
are making money. They just don't see a future.
Right. Think
Right.
about when you played Little League ball. It was like 7 helmets and 6 bats, and everybody used the same helmets. Everybody used the same bats. Now every kid's got to have their own helmet, their own bat, their own everything, and that's
Every year.
Every fucking season. I watch Angela go nuts every year. I got to get a new helmet. I got to get a new. Well, luckily Madison has a helmet that she loves. It fits. It's carried.
Well, as
her
long
over.
as it fits. The
Right.
problem is when you're a teenager, you're growing.
But-
your skull grows, your
Right.
body grows, your muscle mass
But every
grows.
year, new bat Jones. I'm like,
Yeah.
you can
Well,
barely,
like I said, you grow 2 inches. Guess what? Now your old bat is.
the first 2 years, I'm like, you can barely hit with the bat you have. Until you can hit, I don't see
Yeah.
why you need a new bat. And to see her get out there and do the work with me or without me, and she's become a hell of a player. But I don't understand like this.
I thought the league provided bats. Don't they all gotta be
They
the same?
used to.
Don't they
No,
all
they
gotta be the
don't.
same?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, well, you have to follow the standards, but every kid has to have their own bat. Every kid has to have their own
Their
So,
own
glove.
helmet.
So
Their own
what if
helmet.
some kid can't like afford the Louisville Slugger and he's getting the
The Benny
no
Slugger.
disrespect
Uh,
the
well,
Benny Slugger?
Yeah.
As long as
The
long
Mr.
as,
Big Special.
Yeah.
as long as it follows the weight, the standards, and the
Right.
specifications
Has to
built
meet
by
all-
it,
it has
it
to meet
doesn't
all
have
the
to be a
specs.
Louis. It doesn't have to be any of these, like a Nike or anything.
Emma
like
Burns
that.
gives the smiley face.
Well, that's because she came in with "I'm so funny." after
Emma, I
her
don't want
hot dog
Anna
tonight.
hearing this crap.
You know, not every kid needs a DeMarini bat because DeMarini is a high-end softball bat. I don't
Right.
know if they do baseball, but after several years of coaching girls softball, I can tell you DeMarini is high-end.
But you don't
Many of
need
these kids
to have
These
it.
kids couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat half the
Right.
time, and they have $300 bats. I played with a $24 bat back in 1984, and I
No, I
was
went
damn
shopping Mr.
fucking
Biggs, man.
good at Mr. Biggs. Damn
50
right.
bucks. I got my cleats, my
Easton.
fucking.
Remember
Yes,
Easton?
Yep. I got my cleats, my glove, and my bat.
28 bucks.
I think I knew that. You remember I had a Louisville Slugger.
Yeah.
I got it for Christmas. I
Yeah.
got
Yep.
a Louisville Slugger.
Yep.
And I never
You're
played
the,
much.
you're the. I
so-
was gonna say you are the non-athleticest person I've ever met, and you had a Louis.
I didn't play on a team. We
No, we
played
just
ball in
went
the
down.
Okay,
neighborhood.
no,
Yeah.
hey,
Shit.
fair enough.
And
That's
as a
athletic
matter of
enough.
fact, I think your mom got you that because you were coming down and playing ball with us more often, and she
Yeah,
was like,
He didn't want, she didn't want
And
you
I had-
using the stick.
Who made the good gloves?
It
Rawlings.
was Rawlings.
Rawlings, and they had
I
the
didn't have a Rawlings. I had another
Oh,
one.
East.
Wilson.
Wilson.
My
Yeah,
glove
Wilson
to,
was
my
a
glove
good
to
one.
this
I had a
day is a
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I
my
have a
mom
Wilson
got,
in my car right now.
True story.
Nice.
My mom. I was with her with my cousin Danny when we were kids, and we got kicked out of an Ames.
6 max.
6 max.
We got kicked
Go
out
on
of an
4
Ames
max.
because she was like testing the gloves, and some busybody. Wow, there was Karens back then. Some busybody Karen fucking complained saying there's like some little girl throwing a ball around because my mom's kind of short.
Yeah.
Like, some little girl throwing a ball around. They like kicked her out of an Ames. She's like, I'm not throwing it around. I'm just testing it out because I'm gonna buy it.
I need to see the manager.
Yeah. So
Fuck.
fucking Karens, man. They're universal.
Come on, man. Can we do something? Oh God.
Okay. You know
a
what?
story that'll make us smile.
Here we go.
Go.
This will make you smile.
Will it?
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Oh, it totally will. So, Bill and Ted are coming back. They're
Yes.
going to make
Finally.
another movie. Finally.
Yes.
Thank you.
I was gonna go
The
a
Wild
similar route.
Stallions are coming
Yeah.
back. But you know who else is coming back? Rufus is coming back.
How? That was part of my.
CG, and they're going to take some of his original voice from comics, stand-up comedians, Thomas the Train.
They can
Yes,
do
he was
every-
in
yeah,
Thomas
he
the
was.
Train.
If
Oh.
Mr. Conductor
He was a
saying,
very
"Fuck the
good
children."
conductor, actually.
Him and
Um,
Ringo.
Exactly. And Alec Baldwin.
Mhm.
They were all
Was he?
conduct- Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew about Ringo and George Carlin.
I know. They were all fucking great conductors. But they're going to take all these sound bites. And for those of you who don't think it's going to work, need I remind you, Rogue One was very well done. And that was completely.
That was like one of the early ones.
Exactly.
Well, Tron was the first one. They made Jeff
Oh,
Bridges
yes.
look younger.
Mm-hmm.
They've made Michael
They've been-
Douglas look younger in all the Marvel movies.
They made
Robert Downey Jr.
the other one there, not Kurt Douglas.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Kurt
Oh
Russell,
Christ!
yes.
What was the movie? Help me, Eddie, or Mike, whoever wants to help, or you out there in YouTube land. Adam Sandler and the remote.
Oh, rewind.
Click.
Fuck was Click.
Oh,
Thank
click,
you.
click, yes, click.
And when they have the camping scene way back when, and Henry Winkler looks like he did in 1974.
That was really, really early,
Oh
too.
my
So here we
God.
are nowadays. I think they can do it. Not only that, I think they can do it tastefully. And this is a smile part. George Carlin deserves to come back to
Absolutely.
us in some form.
It'd be hard not to.
And
You have to
it's
have-
going to
you
be
have
ridiculous.
to
You
have
have to have
Rufus.
Rufus. You have to have Rufus.
Because they remember, I don't know if you recall, it was a TV show for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lasted like, what, 5 episodes?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, with
And that
two
guy
other
they got to
schmucks.
play Rufus, it was like, no.
No,
That
you
killed the
have
whole
to
thing.
apologize.
He
You
was
have
the-
to apologize, and the way to do this is to bring George Carlin back as
I
Rufus.
find those old episodes on YouTube and I report them for
Hey.
offensive material.
You should. And the guy that played
I am
Ru-
in this video.
The guy that played Rufus was the great value version. Of
Yeah.
Oh,
Rufus.
God.
It wasn't even like NBC knockoff. He was great
That's like,
value.
You know what's
did
funny?
you see that meme? It shows the Kurt Angle, Hurricane Helms.
Uh-huh.
They were coming down to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fucking
from Raw Reunion.
yeah the Raw reunion. It goes when you buy the Avengers copy at the Dollar General.
Yeah, right. It's the great value version. But to riff on yours, the one I wanted to bring up that's going to make everybody smile. I've been waiting for it. I don't know how many years it's been since the last time they did a movie, but did you see the trailer for the Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
Yes.
Yes,
Fucking phenomenal.
it's
Laughed
it's
my
got to
ass off.
happen.
And they're making fun of themselves
Yes. They
so
always do.
much. Well, more so this time than ever. I mean, yes, I know that there's the wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, Bill and Jay and Silent Bob, who to watch that movie? And then they look, and you get the little wink and the nod. But how many times say, who's going to direct the new Blunt Man and Chronic? Kevin fucking Smith? Basically, he's sticking up his own ass. It's so good. And did you see who they got to play Blunt Man?
Oh, it's the chick who plays Supergirl, Melissa
This
Benoist.
blunt woman.
And Val Kilmer's in this. Yes.
Oh,
Look it up, man. This is going to be good.
Is
I'm
it
so
Fat Val Kilmer?
Fat Val Kilmer, yes.
I'm not gonna make fun of Val Kilmer
I
because
am.
he had like throat cancer and motherfucker can't talk now. He gets dubbed.
oh, okay. Well,
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Sorry,
so-
sorry, shitty Batman.
The Iceman has been iced.
He got some kind of like throat cancer and the medication they gave him caused his tongue to swell up. So now like he can talk.
what
but
about
like,
his chest and his ass?
Yeah.
Well, dude, come on.
All right. Anyway, I saw Val Kilmer in one of the outfits, and I was just like, dude, way to go, way to fucking go.
We will end the show with an ultimate smile.
All right.
We had a discussion on the way here. And speaking of six beers. And
Six.
and 4 beers.
Max,
4
6, not 12, not 18, not
We
24.
don't respect you.
Who?
Max.
Oh yeah. Talk about this.
No. We don't respect you. And here's why. There are multiple characters that you could have chosen. And albeit we respected the fact that it was Max Sterling, the greatest pilot in the RDF force at the time,
Right.
you could have picked from a slew of names. Roy Fokker, for one, who died in the first generation.
What was the one I brought
Pineapple
up?
Upside Down Cake.
Yeah.
And Rick Hunter would be another one. I mean, if you even want to go with Lunk, we would roll with Lunk, too.
I didn't even think of Lunk.
I mean,
Jesus.
but that's,
I
you know,
forgot about lungs.
See? But
Yeah.
that's, my point is, you picked the Weasley Max Sterling.
Whoa, now I'm triggered.
You could be
Well,
triggered
of
all
course
you want.
would be.
He's not Weasley.
He's Weasley.
He's a bit weak.
He's
Weasley.
Weasley. Okay, how did he meet Miria? Miria wanted to assassinate his ass.
Well, they saw each other and they fell in love.
No. She still wanted to kill him.
Oh,
Oh.
wait, that's right. She was trying to kill him.
Oh wow.
He shrunk her. That's right.
And he
You're going
weaseled-
Notebook
He
Jones.
weaseled his way out of that.
First of all, the old Loki would have called that game. Motherfucker, you got old.
Wow.
So for his four-eyedness, it would have been game. Yes, he cooked dinner
Mm-hmm.
and he cooked breakfast, and well, she burned a lot. And albeit they did bring in Dana, but Dana's a bitch character, man.
There is no
I never
Dana,
liked
only
Dana.
Zool.
See, thank you.
I never liked Dan.
Thank
I don't
you.
like the second generation, as you know.
I hate the second generation.
I-
I love the
it-
third generation.
that brief time we played second generation.
It was very
what was the
brief.
first? What was the first thing I said? I'm like, can I keep my mecha from the first generation?
Wow.
It was bad. It was
Nice.
bad.
Yeah.
But anyways, Max saying that 4 beers, 6 beers. Next time bring the Fokker game, bro.
Yeah, really.
Next time bring the Fokker. And
You
and,
folked
and,
up, kid.
And you folked up.
Wow.
And yo, answer us, man. Come on, we called you out loud.
Seriously.
You said you missed my hair. You said he drinks 12 beers. He doesn't get to the point, which may or brought that up today too.
Well, of course, as
So-
you saw today, I get distracted because everybody brings up every other fucking point in history.
and Ed, it took him a little while to get into it. And
Yeah.
So you had a couple good points, but yeah, we got no respect for the Max Sterling. Sorry.
All right, quick hit around the table. Just what's the greatest thing you saw in the last week? I'm curious because I really
the thing that
greatest
made
thing
me
you saw, newsworthy, on TV, movie, whatever. Greatest thing you saw in the last week.
it's got to be me and my boy.
Wow. All right.
No, we
Well, when you
were-
said me, I kind of was like, wow.
Me and
fucking-
That's the old Loki.
It
yeah,
is.
right.
Thank
He's
you.
back. Fucking
Thank
Ego
you.
Jones.
Thank you. No, it was hot as shit on Sunday, and me and Alex, we actually went out and worked on Saturday. We sweat our fucking asses off. It was the dumbest thing.
I actually saw them the other day.
Yeah,
They just happened to pull in behind me. you
No
know?
shit.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
sitting
we're.
there, I'm looking. I'm like, is that Mike? Hey!
It was
I'm
Friday.
Like,
It
I'm
was
sitting there
fucking
like
Friday.
waving, trying to get his attention, and he's just like, do.
Nice.
So we worked ourselves stupid. So on Sunday, we said, "Fuck this, we ain't going nowhere." And I literally, I posted this
saw
shit
the
on
picture.
fucking on Instagram, and I put this shit on Twitter. We called it father-son goals, and I had a TV pointing this way. He had the TV pointing this way. We were standing like sitting side by side, AC cranking, overwatching.
It was like one of the old school LAN parties.
It really wasn't.
Yeah.
Even Alex
Nice.
called it a LAN party,
I
and I was
almost-
so proud of him
I
for
almost
bringing that.
texted like, "What y'all playing?
We were playing Overwatch.
Nice.
Juice up some Friday, yo."
That's
We would have
awesome.
done it. I would have done some Friday. Oh, we were feeling it though, man.
That's
It was.
awesome.
I'll tell you what. No, it really was, and I don't know if people get a chance to do this with their children, but me and my boy gamed for like all day. All fucking day, hanging next to each
you know,
other.
it is really cool, being kids, playing a lot of these games, and now we're playing them with your kids,
Right.
and
And even Devin, who
Yeah.
you know, he was on.
Fantastic.
He was on playing with us, and we're making giraffe jokes because he's got
Yeah.
a long neck, just like his dad, Alan. Does, you know? So it goes on. It is. It's. Point is, these kids grow up so fast, man. Alex is 18 years old. 18
Oh my
years
God.
old, and he is still sitting there with his old man, hanging with them. And dude, it's a great feeling. It really is. Don't let that time with your fucking kids slip away, because it's gonna be gone like that, and before you know it, they're not gonna be around anymore.
Amen, brother. Amen. You want to go first, or you want me to go?
no, go ahead.
All right. Well, other than finally, after 46 years, finding a KISS pinball machine and playing it, by the way.
I saw that. That was pretty
Oh,
cool.
my God. It was so cool.
It's not as cool as Star Trek Next Generation pinball game.
No, I was looking for a Taxi Driver, which Lee Bozeman and I used to play in the Army all the time. Forget the fact that for a weekend in New Hampshire, the girls got along great. There was no arguments. We all had a great time. The last day of my vacation, a gentleman that we all know and love, who is a friend of ours, who lives in Guilford, New Hampshire, made the trek 20 miles, whatever it is, to find us. Got to see Ryan Boycell. If you don't
Wow.
know Country Ryan, you better learn.
We bumped into him when we went to Westerly that weekend.
Yeah, he was
Is
out
he?
there for
Was he
a
up in
funeral.
He was up in.
Is he back, or-
He lives up in Guilford right now, Guilford, New
Okay.
Hampshire, right outside of Weirs Beach. He's working for a landscaping company, doing real well. We had a couple beers together at Fun Spot. If you've never been there, go find the KISS pinball machine. Beat my high score, bitches. It was so good to hang out with him. He's doing real well. He misses everybody. Hasn't kept up with the show as much, but I told him, hey, after this week, you're on the hook because I'm going to bring you up. Just great to sit
You're
down with
fired.
this. I've
Well, like
known-
I said, man, it's sometimes you gotta take that chance. You gotta make that move. You gotta take that job.
And he did.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man, to make yourself be happy. And 20% of the people leaving Connecticut, man, it's not a fad.
yeah.
There's a reason it's happening. Okay.
To see him do well, and to know that back in 1999 when I was staying with my folks for a couple months while my apartment was getting redone, I was building a Halloween costume. He comes through as this little uninteresting blob, and he's there with me. I'm building the costume, listening to Pantera, whatever. He remembers that. And now here we are sharing beers together, and just a really good guy. So Ryan, big ups to you. We all miss you. Next time you come down this way, come on the show. Beers on us. We'll do it. I was touched that he came out to see us. So
That
it
was
was really cool. Eddie, greatest thing you saw in the last week?
Oh man, honestly, it's just got to be all the new entertainment that's coming out. It's just going to be really awesome. I think. Obviously, we talked about Phase 4. I'm excited for the new Picard TV show.
That's
Oh,
gonna be
that
cool.
looks good.
Everybody's on board.
Yeah.
Jonathan, or freaking
Data.
Data's on it. Jonathan Frakes is on
John
it.
Frakes, yeah. I saw
Yes.
that.
And here's the thing: there's multiple videos where someone would be like, "Are you guys ever going to do another movie?" And him saying, "I'm getting too old to play Data. I think I was pushing it when I did Nemesis." There he is.
Yeah, no,
Right.
exactly.
Slap the gold paint on him.
And not only that, if you follow him on Twitter like I do, he's
Brent
excited.
Spiner.
Yeah, he's
Thank you.
excited, dude. He's like thrilled. Like these guys are stoked to do this.
I think because I'm pretty sure this is going to be a mini series type thing. Like,
Yes.
I think I'm really digging the whole 10 episode mini series format that Netflix I think kind of pioneered.
Oh yeah, with
which is
Pioneer. They
borrowed
own
from
it.
European TV.
they
Yeah.
own it, dude.
Right. And
But the thing that Netflix does right is they give it to you all at once. So if you want to watch it in 1 day or 10 days or
Right.
3
Well,
days, or
they
what
call
have
it binge watching now,
you. Right.
and you deserve to binge
well,
watch
Netflix
because
has
Sure.
done weekly content too. They've
let's
done that.
believe let's be honest. You don't always you can't always be there for every single
Right.
one. You remember The Masked Singer? Dude, it was
oh God, so stupid.
I love that show actually. I
show?
guessed The Masked Singer where they had the actual people underneath the masks and they would sing.
I
and
watched it
you had to
twice
figure
and I was like, I
I,
can't.
I dude, I
can't.
guessed like
I'll believe you.
80%
I
of it.
do.
I was dead on, and it's one of those ones. I knew. I'm telling you, man. Fucking,
I believe
but
you.
for me, if you weren't there for that show, it's like you missed out. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't actually catch it unless you had direct, on demand, and then
Right,
you could
right.
go back and watch it. But then all the secrets were already out, so it was like you didn't actually get to watch it. So the fact that they let you, I have Sunday off. I'm watching that fucking series. The fact that they let you do that, you don't have to sit there and be like, fuck, I can't go over your house because if I'm not there for The Masked Singer, dude, I'm going to miss it. You know what I'm saying? They let you turn around and be like, hey, I want to watch this all in one day.
I really think because of the new format and regular TV is kind of dying.
It is dying.
Which is why
It's expensive as fuck, dude.
Much
CBS
like
has their
terrestrial
own-
It's
radio.
expensive. It's why the fuck we want to do
Yeah,
this.
CBS
Like,
has
Right.
their own streaming service. The only way you're going to be able to see Cards. The only way
Right.
you can see
Right.
Discovery.
yes, they're
You
all
know,
doing it now.
Disney's
Disney's
doing it.
doing it. Marvel's doing it. DC's doing it.
Right. So I think eventually we're just going to see like the networks just start close up.
What they're going to do is they're going to be like, Comcast, order your shows here. Do you want CBS? Do you want Marvel? Do you want
well, you
DC?
can, if you I don't know if you've ever poked around Amazon Prime, but you can add on all those channels to your
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
And
Right.
one of them that they started dabbling with back in the day was
CBS is
NFL
one of 'em.
direct ticket.
NFL, yep.
Back in '95.
Right.
Yeah.
When they first came out, Amazon was the first one to
They
try to
offered
push it
some
on.
games with Prime for a while
Yes,
too.
yes,
Right.
yes.
But only
Certain
certain
games.
games.
Not
Only certain games.
They're doing
right.
it with basketball right now.
Yep.
So
They
I mean,
do it with some of the NASCAR races too.
Yeah.
Certain NASCAR races.
Well, big ones. The big ones that
oh
they
yeah,
think they're going to be making
Daytona,
the fucking points
Talladega,
on.
Bristol,
Right. Yes.
Indy.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
now I might actually, out of all of them, I mean, when Marvel really starts kicking the TV shows, because I'm really curious about this animated What If.
I really like that
if they
idea.
do use actual issues, I'm gonna be like skeeting.
I will too.
Right.
You have no idea. Do you know how many what ifs I still have?
I imagine.
I
That's
have
a-
like
that's a whole- that's a
27
whole
what ifs
episode
alone, dude.
of doing what ifs.
So I'll probably do CBS because you got the Picard. I haven't even started Discovery, but I did see the Enterprise show up. And can
See,
I just
and
say
that's-
the Enterprise and Discovery looks so much better than that bullshit J.J. Abrams came up with.
I agree.
Good,
I
yeah.
agree. But this is the
I'm
other
like-
point is these are going to be all on different networks.
Well,
so if
yeah.
you want this, you got to go there. You got to
Right.
have this. You got to have this.
That's
you gotta
why
have
I
this.
think if they keep with Amazon, they have a good package. It'd be better.
if you can
still
if you
better
can
than a
pick your
cable bill.
package, I'll go with that.
All right.
I-
Well, do you know why I asked you guys this question? Because I'm hoping in 2 weeks, when
4Max.
Eddie 4Max, when Eddie can get around to it, we're gonna introduce in 2 weeks, hopefully, God bless America, not next week, the week after, the That's What's Up segment, a positive story that we can all smile about, featuring the music of Joey
2
Quesada.
weeks?
2 weeks from today, so not next week, the week after. Everybody
I'm
brings
gone.
in.
Yeah,
Well,
Go
then
on,
we'll
Jeremy.
have to have.
Thanks for inviting Joey again for another
No,
day. That
Joey's
I'm not, gonna
not
be here.
coming back. Not yet, anyway. But That's What's Up is going to be a segment where we play
Yeah.
Joey's
That's
song.
what's up. Mike's gonna be in Germany. That's what's up.
That's what's up. That's a good news story.
Yeah.
You're going to be in
Fucked up.
Germany having a great time. That's
wanna
not
go.
what's fucked up. But next week, I think, because you just said it, I think next week we should do That's What's Fucked Up. Or do you know what's fucked up? Or
We gotta do it. That's my last.
We
That's my
gotta.
last show.
Yeah,
So
I haven't done it in a while and stuff. So
yeah, that'll work.
So
that'll work.
when you come back from Germany, I know you're there for what, a week and a half, 2 weeks?
Well, no. Okay, so guys, just so we're all on the same page, so I go away for 11 days to Germany.
Yep.
I'm gonna miss 2 shows.
Yep.
Next
Which I think Chris Lynch will
next
be sitting in.
Tuesday is gonna be my last show before that.
Your hurrah.
You're gonna have a show after that, but Ed's gonna be moving. So in the process of this moving, we will be taking a 2 to 3 week hiatus, I believe.
yeah, I'm gonna need to.
No, we have no
Just-
choice. It has to happen.
Last weekend we got totally screwed because
No, it was and
So-
and this whole move is going to be one of those big things, and obviously you have my help too. But
Well, we do have an
Hopefully
alternative
if-
for a studio.
right now, it's not about the studio.
It's
It's
the
just
time.
because
I'm
No,
not
no, I
he's-
understand. I
he's
understand.
gonna be
I
moving
understand.
everything
I
else.
understand. We'll talk
But-
about that.
We will be, like I said, through a small hiatus. So you're going to be talking like maybe about 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. At that point, we're probably going to be throwing up some revamped episodes. Maybe.
Well, I'm. Here's the thing. I'm already working on it in that time.
How was I not involved in this?
What's that?
How did I not know about any of this?
You were busy,
I didn't know he was already fucking working on something.
You were busy
Right?
fighting with Max and getting banned from.
Yeah,
Facebook.
you were. You
I
were.
told everyone on Facebook you were.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Is this some horse shit?
Who said that?
I don't know. Someone said that.
Will did. It is some horseshit.
It is some horseshit. So I'm already working on it. Everything's gonna be revamped, shiny for a big
come back.
comeback, but we'll relaunch, a big relaunch. I've already made the website prettier.
We're gonna be closer. We're gonna be going to Griswold.
Yeah.
We'll have a nice new studio.
Thanks for doxing me, but yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know where Griswold is. They think Clark Griswold.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a new space with bringing back the bar. The bar is coming back.
I love the bar scene. That is the one
bar's
thing.
coming
I
The
miss.
bar was the
The bar-
greatest.
The bar scene was great.
Yep. And I'll show you guys part of what I've been working on. We'll go off air. It'll be great.
Please.
It'll be huge. It'll be huge. But
So
guys,
once we
will
figure
keep
all
you up.
this out, we'll give the people
Oh no,
a heads up.
you'll know. But like I said, you're gonna have one more week with me. You're
Yep.
gonna have at least one more week
with Lynch.
with Lynch and Jabroni, and then after that, possibly is what you're gonna be looking
About a
at
2
for
week hiatus.
about 2-3 weeks.
Give or take.
I would bank on 3 weeks. If it's 2 weeks, you're excited.
Once we have it
You know what
figured
I'm
out, and then that goes to the other show.
But you
now
don't
I
want to
have
ever jump onto it because, like
Right.
I said, I mean, we use a lot of the equipment, and a lot of the equipment will be either packaged up or
Right.
boxed away.
And I think Corey and I will figure out the other show so we can give Ed like a little bit. He can do what his magic through the computer.
That show.
etc.
Yeah, that show's not a big.
No, this is
hassle, so-
this.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything that you see
Yeah.
Right.
here
Well,
that we're on
Actually,
right
even
now.
after this week, I gotta work on that too because Hangouts is shutting
Right.
down on YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
wow.
I wanted to talk to you about.
So-
I think I have a.
They,
think I
that's
have
what I'm saying.
something.
Everybody, you could see how this subdivision of monetarial thing is starting to happen now. All these
Donate,
people-
motherfuckers!
No, you're right.
Well, they're
dude.
not even offering an alternative.
No, there is no
know.
alternative because they want to start making money off of these things.
And Skype
Hangouts
is not
was
the
free.
answer. Skype is not the
was
answer.
free, but all these things you're gonna have to pay for now.
Well,
Trust me
Skype-
when I
I-
say that.
Well, we'll figure it out. It's not for this show.
No, I'm
anyway,
just
but-
saying though.
Right.
Trust me, it's
No,
coming.
just
dude. It's
YouTube
coming.
is doing a bunch of changes, so
Yes.
I gotta do what
Yep.
do what I'm paid for.
Maxie.
Are you going on 7?
Yes, because I'm not looking forward.
I swear
to
to God, if Roy Foker shows up tomorrow and be like, "You talking shit, motherfuckers?"
I'm not looking forward to.
How many did you have last week?
4.
Stop drinking beer, motherfucker. Shape up.
I'm not looking forward to having. And look, I love Corey to death. He's
Wait,
a
weren't
great
you
guy.
supposed to not drink this week?
Yeah, that's next week. Your last hurrah is going to be Iced Tea Jones. I was wondering when you got in the car today and you said, "Do you have your drinks?" I said, "Yeah, they're in the back." I was waiting for backlash, and I got none. I got none. So who fell off on that one?
Because I thought you had soda back there.
Maxie. 7. I'm not looking forward to having to deal with Corey. I love him to death. He's a really great guy. He's the stat guy Jones. But at the end of the day, figuring out with Corey texting on every 30 seconds. So
Hey.
what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to do
Hey,
this?
Corey.
What are we going to do?
If I ever show up to one of these fucking events that you text me at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning for, I'm gonna put you in the fucking wall, bro.
Oh,
you
bro,
got me?
it's coming.
You're going in the fucking wall.
He's
I don't give a fuck if I crash both of our cars. Your monkey ass is going in the wall.
My man is going full Jimmy Spencer on your ass.
Oh, you're going to the wall.
Oh, my God. On that note, guys,
Might have to bring back amateur wrestling.
thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, go find Basement Quest C&J Speed Review. Subscribe to the Loki and Jabroni Show on YouTube. Subscribe to us on whatever audio format you find us on.
All of them.
Look at patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. Donate to the show. We will see you guys next week. Cue the Nickelback music.
I love the Nickelback music.
Look at this photograph, motherfucker.
7 max. 4 max.
That's 11 if you're counting, bitch.
That's almost 12.
Almost,
I
No,
only
it's-
had one.
but it's not.
Oh, that is 12.
That makes 12. Max,
But he didn't do it on the air, so he doesn't count.
now you know.
The click is not NWO.
AEW. AEW.
Even if you're not watching each other.